Welcome to Fringe Fanatics with Chad Lee and Chris Zane.
And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. It is Fringe Fanatics. I am Chris Zane.
And I am Chad Lee. Thanks for tuning in.
That is correct. Thank you guys very much. We appreciate it each and every week. If you're watching or listening to us right now, please like and subscribe to us and rate us 5 stars. It helps us immensely. And if you haven't yet, please like, share, subscribe, and follow us on all things social media at Fringe_Fanatics.
Give us a follow.
Give us a follow, give us a like, do all those things.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
We're back.
We
Chris,
are back.
how you doing, man?
Yeah, we're a little late this week,
Yeah.
but it is episode 57 nonetheless.
It is a different week. Should we explain to the listeners? I don't want to throw you under the bus, but...
Oh, you can tell them what I did. Yeah, I showed up after work, realized I left my change of clothes, which has my vest, which I keep everything in that I need, and my mic was in there.
It's like your utility vest.
Yeah, it's basically my utility belt. So,
but nonetheless, all right, it's cool because now we've got games to have on and entertain us while we do this.
Yeah,
so,
we got the Bucks and Philadelphia 76ers on right now.
On Twitch, we're giving a live reactions to the Bucks kicking the Joel Embiid's ass right now, and that is fantastic. I love to see it.
Indeed, Chad. It's been a little longer than usual. How have you been since the last time we recorded?
I've been good. Since I try not to talk to you as much as I can at work so that we still have something to talk about.
Yeah, we
here.
need that.
Just joking. It's been good, man. Last weekend was really eventful. We went to go see Anthony Jeselnik, comedian. Nobody's heard of him. It was really dark, and it cracked me up. And
yeah, he's acquired taste.
even
for some.
caused a stir in the audience. Somebody wasn't a fan and got a little ruckus, and I had to get kicked out. And that was entertaining.
Get him out of there.
Yeah, can't have that. And then Saturday night we went to go see the new Exorcist movie, which it was fun to go see a shitty horror movie.
Yeah, you told me it wasn't the best.
No, it was not one that I really would seek out now, once it comes out on streaming, which I believe is already now, which says a lot about it. But,
yeah, I think it is.
yeah.
I thought about watching it, and then I was going to wait to hear what you said.
No,
so.
I'm glad you don't. You could just save your time. But we are going to watch Talk to Me and maybe like a different one tomorrow night. Yeah, I'm excited. I've heard a lot of good things about that one.
Which one's that one?
It's in the previews. They show like these kids. The hand.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, JC watched it and he said it was really scary.
Yeah. I heard him talking about Last of the Mohicans the other day too.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I get it now. Now it makes sense.
Yeah.
As to why.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
But yeah. That's cool.
Yeah.
And then you. Oh no, you didn't go do that. So. I thought I was going to ask about the Riverdale thing.
Maybe Halloween. We'll see.
Halloween,
If we get a lot of trick-or-treaters, we'll hang back. But I want to go check it out.
Yeah, I think me and Meryl might try and go do like a little ghost hunting adventure.
Whoa, sweet.
Yeah.
Where are you guys going to go?
She's been talking about wanting to go up to Central City,
Oh, yeah.
the cemetery up there. I
yeah.
guess it was like established in like the 1800s or something.
Oh,
so
yeah, dude. I mean, that's an old town.
yeah, I was telling Hannah before we got going because she was asking like what if we were doing any like Halloween-y things, and I was like, I'm not really sure. Maybe we'll go do that. So if Meryl listens, I guess the surprise is ruined. It wasn't like a big surprise.
I doubt she doesn't.
Wasted
listen.
the good surprise
Why do I
on
want to
you.
hear all this sports shit? Yeah, don't want to ruin the surprise.
Yeah, exactly. But
that's cool, man.
yeah, so we might go do that. But yeah, we'll probably be just doing the fucking candy handout.
Candy, yeah. I'm gonna take some candy into work tomorrow and mail it to my niece and nephew.
No, nice.
Yeah, since they can't come trick or treat at my door, I'm like, I'm gonna UPS it there. Yeah.
Hope it shows up on the day of Halloween. If not,
That's right.
it is what it is.
Right.
Yeah.
But, yeah, other than that, dude, watched a lot of football and enjoyed the Chiefs beating the Chargers, and that was cool. So
yeah.
Now the week's just been kind of gloomy and everything. It's been starting to get cold.
Yeah, it's weird.
Football season, man.
Yeah,
I
football's
love it.
here.
Dude.
For reals now. I guess week 7. Week 8 now. It's week 8.
Yeah. But Chris, shall we get into it? It's episode 57, man. That is Francisco Rodriguez honorary episode.
Definitely. Let's get into it. Francisco Rodriguez, number 57. He did a lot of cool things in his career. He played for the Anaheim Angels, the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, if you will, the New York Mets, the Baltimore Orioles, Milwaukee Brewers, and the Detroit Tigers. He pitched for the Angels from 2002 to 2008, and the Mets from 2009 to midway through the 2011 season. But in his rookie season with the Angels, he tied Randy Johnson for the record for most victories in a single postseason, recording 5 wins en route to the Angels winning the World Series that year.
And he had a 1-1 record and 13 strikeouts.
Yeah, that's pretty damn good innings, for your.
That's a hell of a World Series.
For your rookie performance.
Yeah,
other career highlights: 6-time All-Star, 2004, 2007 through 2009, 2014, and 2015. Like we just stated, 2002 World Series champion. He was also, which I didn't know this. I hope this is still around. I'm going to have to look into it. 2-time American League Rolaids Relief Man Award. I wonder if Rolaids is still the sponsor of the
I know,
Relief
right?
Award.
Yeah. It's weird that they've got it sponsored by somebody, dude. That's lame.
He was also 3-time American League Saved Leader, 2005, 2006, 2008, and he also is the MLB single season saves record holder at 62.
By beating John Smoltz, man,
Dude,
the
John
legendary
Smoltz.
relief pitcher, and now a great commentator.
Yeah, he is.
Yep.
Great commentator. He was also added the Milwaukee Brewers Wall of Honor, but
he deserves it. Cool.
He does,
and that's why we wanted to do this. Is you mentioned him, and I was like, I don't really quite remember. And then we started looking at his career, and I felt like a dumbass because he's so underrated.
Yeah, definitely.
You don't really hear about him enough. So let's give some shine to Francisco Rodriguez.
Yeah. Let's do it.
And let's do a shot, man.
All right, let's do it. Here we go. What?
Let's do this shot.
Why?
Let's take this shot, man. What's the leadoff shot?
I know, but you're being weird about it.
Being
All
weird.
right, let's
I
take
know
a shot.
you're ready to cheers it. Here
All
we
right.
go. There you go. And you're a Chiefs fan. Perfect for rivalry.
Oh,
week.
that's what it was.
Yeah.
God damn it.
I kept seeing if you'd fucking notice, man. Chiefs play the Broncos on Sunday.
No wonder it tasted so bad.
Tasted
It
winning.
tasted like vinegar and not goodness.
You know what that tastes like?
Taylor Swift.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. That tastes
Dude, I was
like-
gonna say I'm getting real tired of hearing a bunch of Taylor Swift.
Oh yeah, it's getting a little a little exhausting. But you know what? At this point, I'm like, eat your heart out, America. It's just
You know, I just realized we didn't talk about my week, but it's not really that
no,
important.
yeah,
I
we
didn't do
did.
too
You
much.
said you were gonna go do the.
Oh
horror
yeah,
thing.
we did talk about that's next week.
What else
But
do you
either
wanna
way,
talk
no,
about?
I was just going to talk about how by the end of this Buick excursion, I might be able to be like a certified Buick technician.
You probably will, man.
Yeah.
All the fucking repairs you're making on it and looking shit up.
I forgot to mention that, but that's why I was like super behind just this week in general. So
Yeah, I
doing
hear
all
you.
that shit.
Have you and Meryl done any cold weather type meals lately? You know, you guys started
no, we
to get
haven't
into
gotten
that.
into stews. No,
Not yet?
no, we kind of have, but it wasn't cold weather. She made like a big batch of pho broth.
Oh, really? You guys dig that? Oh, yeah. You
Yeah.
guys go to those places sometimes.
Yeah,
That's
well,
cool.
she started making it because we were like, fuck, going out and paying for it.
Yeah, that shit's way too expensive.
Yeah, but yeah, so this
But that was
weekend
good.
actually, I think maybe tomorrow we might be doing some pho.
Nice. That'd be fucking
getting
good.
pho'd
Man.
up,
Throw some
dude.
green onions in there, shit.
Dude, green onions, all that stuff. Some basil.
Yeah,
Yeah.
some basil.
Some basil.
Hell yeah. I think we're doing pot roast, the old pot roast meal, roast beef and everything.
Dude, I'm
I
gonna
gained
tell you
like
this
15
right now.
pounds when I eat it.
I hate pot roast.
Like you
The-
don't like
the whole meal. I don't like it.
No way. What?
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
my god, what's
Like
wrong
what
with
you're
it?
talking about, like with carrots and
Yeah,
potatoes
exactly.
and everything.
America,
Dude,
man. Fucking
my mom
country.
says that I'm fucking weird too, because I like, and everybody's like, your mom makes sure to get pot roast. I'm like, I fucking hate pot roast.
How it's beef. It just tastes like beef.
I know, but it's just I feel like you're just chewing on like shredded paper at a certain point. You
Oh
know?
wow. So you never had okay.
Dude, I've had pot roast a bunch of fucking times. I just don't
if
fucking
you had
like
Anna's pot roast, you'd be
it. Okay, all right.
you'd
Well,
be
maybe
blown away. I don't
she'll
know.
change my
See,
mind.
Here's the thing, though: is like once you have it where they make a bunch of gravy with it.
No, that's what I'm saying. My mom,
You
that's
still
how she.
don't like
I
that?
still don't
Oh
fucking
my
like it,
God,
dude. I'm
man.
telling you.
You're a Nazi.
I might be.
That's what you
That
are.
might just be the Native American thing. It's like, fuck
Yeah,
that
you
pot
just
roast.
want fun,
I want
cultured
corn.
stuff. Like, come on, man. This is America.
Yeah, no.
All right.
All right. Anyways, with digression there.
Okay.
So let's get into the injuries of the week for the NFL. Oh,
Let's get
but
into
first, we need to hit this.
Headlines! Get your headlines here!
That's right. It is time for headlines, and we're going to kick it off as usual with the bummer news, which is the injuries of the week.
Yeah, we said it last week. You know what we need to hit is that, like, find that sound clip of the
Joe Theismann injury.
that would be, god damn, you went brutal, dude. It's morbid. No, I was thinking of like the whole, what is that, the saxophone or the trombone go.
I
I don't know, it could fit.
I did add a new sound though.
This week?
It's just a whistle.
Flag on the play.
Yeah,
You
flag
can
on
do
the
that.
play. I'm
Flag
just
on-
gonna flag on the
anytime
play.
we say something completely out of line,
Just hit
that's
the
what you
whistle.
gotta hit, man.
So yeah,
But bummer news.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, let's start with the team that's playing tonight. They don't have one. They're starting tight end. He went to IR today.
Yeah, he got wrist surgery on Tuesday. He
Yep.
is done for 4 to 6 weeks. So
Yeah, so Dalton Kincaid will be getting all the snaps there.
yeah.
If anybody's watching this on Twitch Live, please let me know. I know this is really subjective, but I'm in a pickle. If anybody out there is in the same position, please let me know. I've got Jake Ferguson and Dalton Kincaid. Who do you
Yeah.
start? I've got 4 minutes. Let me know, people.
Yeah, come on, people. We need to know before kickoff. Let's go.
I'm sweating here.
He's having a meltdown. He doesn't know. He's asking me, and I don't want to give him the information because then he's going to blame me if everything goes wrong.
We're in the same league. It's that league, too. So you don't want to help me out.
We got someone here. Uncle Jaden Kincaid.
Who said it?
Uncle Jaden.
Uncle Jacob said that?
Is it Jaden?
No.
JDN?
No, it's not it, but all right.
Uncle
He said
JDN.
Kincaid.
Yeah, they're going to be like, it's fucking me, stupid. And I'm like, oh,
Yeah,
okay,
I know. He said he watches this on Twitch sometimes. He told me earlier when I was talking to him on the phone.
Kincaid,
Oh man, I don't know. We'll see.
That might be him then.
Yeah.
So then let's run down a couple
Okay.
more. Jalen Hurts did get a knee injury and came out in the second half of the Sunday night game with a knee brace. So everybody was up in arms about that. Is it going to affect him as the season progresses? He says he'll be fine. We will see how that plays out. Deshaun Watson. It's your uncle.
Oh, cool. That's what's up,
Yeah.
OJ. I might go Kincaid. We'll see.
Yeah.
You can talk some shit if I go Ferguson.
So me and Chad were talking about it before we were supposed to record in terms of Deshaun Watson and how weird it was that like after he got cleared from the concussion that he decided that he wasn't going to go in or come back in. At the end of the game, Stefanski did fall on the sword and said it was his decision not to send him back out there because he wanted to protect his
That's
quarterback.
a good way to putting it. Falling on the sword.
Yeah, fell on the sword there.
Jumped on
But
the grenade.
then shortly after we discussed it, it came out that it was the shoulder injury that now Deshaun Watson doesn't know how long it's going to linger.
He's got a boo-boo.
Yep.
And he needs to get rubbed out.
The problem is he can't get the massages.
I
This
know.
is what
I
he's
feel
fighting
like
for
that's
right
what I'm
now,
saying,
dude.
man.
He's
Like,
like,
when I saw that meme
he's
the other
like,
day,
look, guys, I can't. I need it.
Yeah.
It's got to get.
Yep.
You got to rub it. I
And
can't play without.
here's
it.
what they're doing. They're like, that's fine, Deshaun. We have our own licensed massage therapist that we go through. And he's like, no. But the one I found on Instagram is way better.
Yeah.
You got to go with this
I've
one.
got about 30 or 40 of them right now.
Yeah,
I've got
just
stable.
lined up. Like, don't do that, Deshaun. Oh,
So anyways, yeah, we'll see how that's going to transpire. I was telling Chad the other day, I'm just thankful that Deshaun Watson's trade happened before Russell's,
You're
because it now makes Russell's pale in comparison. I'm sorry. Pale in comparison.
because of the guaranteed money, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Such a mistake by the Browns,
Definitely.
which PJ Walker plays better.
he does,
Yeah.
because he wants it.
Well, let's keep moving along.
Yep.
Let's say Packers, their tight end, Luke Musgrave, who just came back from concussion, has an ankle injury, and he did not return in their game.
Yeah, also in the game against the Broncos, Christian Watson left the field grabbing at his right knee during the fourth quarter. The game did end one play later when Jordan Love threw an interception, but that is something to keep an eye on. He already missed 3 games this season due to a hamstring injury, so we'll see if he misses time with this one.
Okay. We'll follow it.
Keep an eye on it.
All right. I'll take this one.
Dude, take
Unfortunately, My boy, number 32, Nick Bolton for the Chiefs.
His wrist came
Dislocated
off, dude.
his wrist. He was doing this coming to the sideline, dude. I was worried about him, man. He's so fucking key to our offense. Or defense, excuse me. I don't know what I'm talking about. But, yeah, he dislocated, needed surgery. Had that in Los Angeles, I think, yesterday, and is going to be out 6 weeks.
Yeah, it sounds like it's pretty hard to dislocate your wrist.
Well,
so.
I actually just rewatched that play when I was watching the game on NFL Plus earlier, and he was making a tackle, and it's weird. He kept his wrist up in like Keenan Allen's like shoulder pad like that, and then the guy that just like came around and like smashed his wrist. He should have just like let go. You got to like just I don't know, play smarter. It sucks, but unfortunate. Anyway, in that same game, Gerald Everett injured his quad, did not return in the game.
Yeah, son of a bitch.
Yep. The old quad.
There is a little bit of a stir happening around one of these injuries, and that is Bijan Robinson.
Yes.
The NFL is now investigating this injury because they didn't tell him about it. Apparently, he had a headache or a migraine prior to the game.
You know what was my first thought?
Terrell Davis.
Yeah,
same thing.
It's I first when I was watching Red Zone, I had sympathy for him, and I'm like, I don't know, just I don't know. Like they're really quick to ridicule him, but if he was injured and he wasn't able to play, because he did go out there like on the drive where they were trying to seal the win, but I mean he didn't really do anything. It was like 2 snaps, but yeah, I mean you got to disclose that. It was really weird. Even DraftKings, I heard refunded people that had prop bets on him.
Yeah, that is kind of messed up though, because I mean even in fantasy that screwed a lot of people and just bets in general.
I played against I think it was Minkis, or I think it might have been Minkis that had him, and felt kind of bad. Not really.
Well, shit, Deshaun Watson got like -0.8.
Oh, dude, yeah. My cousin Dominic had him, and yeah, he didn't do shit for him.
Yeah.
Yep.
Another big running back injury. Jeremy Ford ended up leaving the game as well.
Is his name Jeremy or Jerome?
Oh shit, it is Jerome.
Maybe it's short for it.
It is Jerome. It's if for some reason the spelling of it makes me want to say Jeremy. At least it's not like Giannis, but
yeah, I've been waiting for you with him playing tonight. I was waiting for it.
It's gonna happen again. I'm gonna do
Giannis.
it.
You just gotta say it like
that. It's because I'm so cultured, eating my pho and shit like that.
It's gonna be sushi.
Giannis. We're watching Giannis.
Oh, it's the Kubo. That's the way you're gonna say it.
Anyways, he ended up leaving that game and was spotted in a protective boot afterwards.
Yep.
Is a low-grade high ankle sprain, but those high ankle sprains, they're never always...
Yeah.
It's hard to say low grade on those
want
because they can linger forever.
You don't want a high one. You want a low one.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't go high. Go low.
Yeah. Well, then also the Patriots,
Kareem
Trent
Jackson.
Brown. Yeah, seriously. Dirty.
Nah, come on.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it later.
We
Continue.
don't have to. We'll get it mad, dude. I'm not trying to get in a fight on air.
Yeah, it'll happen.
Yeah.
We'll just flip the table.
I called the non-emergency line, and I was like, there's a guy that's out there trying to kill people on the football field. Not my business. You guys need to arrest him.
It's ridiculous.
Trent Brown, one of the star offensive linemen for the Patriots, did not return in their game. So something to pay attention to there. Also, 49ers. Really interesting one here.
Yeah.
Brock Purdy.
Yeah.
Started feeling concussion symptoms
BCB.
on the plane. Dude, that's just like being in a plane. It's turbulence, dude. What are you doing?
That's the pressurization of the cabinet.
Yeah,
or
no
not
one
the
gets,
cabinet.
Take some Dramamine, and you'll be fine. I think that's the wrong place to assess a concussion.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? That probably would fuck with you, though. Like, if you did have a concussion,
I'm sure it
going up
would.
in altitude.
I don't like flying when I'm sober.
Yeah. So, but yeah, we'll have to see. Is it the beginning of Sam Darnold? Is he going to dazzle this weekend?
Big game against the...
Is he going to Wally Pip BCB?
That's what the kids say these days. Wally Pip. Yep.
Yeah.
I hear all of them saying it.
Dude, you know what Wally Pip is?
Explain. I would imagine like kick their ass.
Mm-mm. So, I believe it was Lou Gehrig was like the next guy coming up, and Wally Pip was the guy ahead of him. He got injured, and that's how it all started.
It's like
For
the next
Lou
man
Gehrig,
up
yeah.
kind of thing. It's another way of saying that. Oh, okay.
Let me see here. Let me Googleize this real quick because I want to make sure I get the story right. Oh, Lou Gehrig. So It's true that Gehrig took Pip's job. So yeah, Wally Pip is like a way of saying like you can lose your job to injury.
Nice. I'm glad I learned something new, man.
You just learned something.
Like, the more
I knew the majority of the story, but yeah.
You really are an old person, man.
Right. Yeah, I know.
That's cool.
Thanks, man.
Yeah. But yeah, they're playing the Bengals, man.
Yeah.
That isn't for injuries, but that's a big
we
game.
Got TNF on now.
Yep, it has kicked off, and the Bucs are marching.
I don't
down
know
the
if
field.
I can actually say that. We could get fined.
What,
TNF? Yeah, I don't know. They might have that trademarked.
Yeah, they're looking out for us, I'm sure.
We got to make sure, especially on the
Twitch
Super Bowl, the big game.
Yeah, you can't say Super Bowl. That's definitely.
God forbid we're making money off of it.
I know, right? They need every cent that they can possibly get.
But let's get into some actual NFL news real quick.
Some shit happened.
69 offense. He was giving them the business.
I did find something out, and that's from a college game, so I don't know if that really matters. But
what, that clip?
yeah,
I think they replayed it on something I was listening to.
Yeah, we could also get like a funny NFL one where it's like offsides, everybody but the center, like one of those funny ones.
Dude, we need to just like try once a month, like try to
just switch it up. Yeah,
I need to get better about that.
Definitely, but I mean, as long as we have something, we at least seem like we know what we're doing.
Semi.
That's
true. How about this? Kevin Byard traded to the Eagles. Yep.
Yeah, that is true.
Why is it that the Titans are the farm team for the Eagles?
They might be, from what I heard, unloading quite a few people.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
I've heard
Derrick
DeAndre
Henry.
Yep, Derrick Henry. I've heard they have a hard time getting trade offers for Derrick Henry.
I thought I heard the
get
Falcons were interested in him,
That'd be
and
nuts, dude.
they were also interested in Ryan Tannehill himself.
The Falcons were?
That's what I heard.
Oh my God! Look at for one, Ryan Tannehill's hurt.
Yeah, he is hurt.
I don't know. I've heard D-Hop is out there. That'd be good. I wouldn't be mad if the Chiefs went after him, since this whole Justin Ross thing, which we'll get into. Maybe
Just
we'll
a second.
segue
Yeah, we'll
into
just.
that.
Let's segue into it right now.
Hit the fucking. Did
Oh,
you
yeah.
have Bad Boys?
Yeah.
That's
Hold
the
on a
perfect time
second.
to use it, man.
Yeah, hold on. Here we go. Justin Ross. Yeah. Don't for you.
See, it's hard to believe it's a reggae song.
Yeah.
It's nuts.
It makes me want to watch Cops.
Oh, easily.
But old school Cops.
Such a good show.
But yeah, so Justin Ross had a little bit of a run-in with the Popos.
Yeah, Monday. Got arrested Monday night, I believe it was.
Yeah,
Yep.
domestic battery, also charged with criminal property damage.
Yep.
Broke a bunch of things like a laptop, a cell phone, a
Destroyed
watch.
the lady's house, I believe.
Do we find out who she is?
I haven't found out who it is, and that's why right now I don't want to make any speculation or opinion. We're just going to state what happened.
I feel like if it was his girlfriend or something like that, we would already have heard.
Yeah, and I mean that's just it's
Maybe.
weird that they allowed him to come back to the team, because like I've told you, I was like, the Chiefs don't really fuck around anymore after the whole Tyreek situation. People that get in trouble with the law.
Yeah,
I mean,
and
Charles
Kareem.
Omenihu had already had this incident back when he was on the 49ers. They just wanted to wait till he was on the Chiefs, a contender, to suspend him.
Yeah, okay.
But
Yeah,
anyway,
tinfoil
last year,
Chiefs fan.
yeah, we had Willie Gay, broke a vacuum. He got suspended. So it's our annual Chiefs player that gets arrested. It's just part of
We
the
once
season.
had a player get beat by a vacuum hose tube and get arrested. Chad Kelly.
That is true. I was just going to I didn't know that he got beat by a vacuum tube. I do know that he drunkenly went to the wrong house.
Yeah, I guess the
Yep.
dude fended him off with a vacuum hose.
It
tube.
sucks, man, but I mean, that's a Chad being a Chad.
I didn't want to say it.
I know. I had to set it up myself.
Didn't want
man.
to say it.
It's part of it, man.
Yeah, no.
I mean, dude, when I was born, I think the birth certificate on the bottom said he is predetermined to be a fantasy football commissioner.
Yeah,
part of it, dude.
No, yeah, and to be on a podcast,
Talking about sports,
yeah,
and
so,
liking UFC.
yeah.
Yep.
Just I'm gonna get you an affliction shirt for Christmas.
You're gonna be a bro, no way around it. So I was told as a baby.
Yeah. So yeah, at that we're gonna see how that pans out. Like you said, it is strange they let him come back to the team already.
Yeah.
Which makes me think that they know already what's going on.
I did see something from a beat writer on the Chiefs where it was like a video of the court hearing, and it was basically when he was pleading not guilty, and they did say that because it was his first offense, he won't serve any more jail time, and I'm sure he'll probably community service. I imagine he'll get breaking the NFL conduct policy or whatever it is. He'll get like 2 games, I imagine.
Yeah, well, yeah, probably.
Yeah.
So we'll see what goes on with that. Speaking of suspensions, Kareem Jackson, Chad thought he should be just martyred and murdered in front of everybody. Chad thought he should be executed.
4 to 5 years in prison is plenty.
Yeah, he should be, extradited from the U.S. I don't know, sent over to some warring country. I'm not sure
Guantanamo
what Chad
Bay
wanted for this guy, but
dude, if that was any other player, from any other team, I wouldn't say a thing about it. But with him being on the Broncos,
oh, I know,
throw the gavel at him.
Yeah, no, I know.
Throw the book at him. That's the way it goes.
So they suspended him for 4 games. I thought they should have suspended him the first time they ejected him from the game.
Did you see the appeal, though? It got reduced to 2.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, okay.
I was going to get to that. Yeah,
My bad.
They did reduce it to 2 because I think when you look at the stills, I don't know what you want him to do. It was shoulder to shoulder. When you look at the point of contact.
Dude, come on, man.
And again, I tried telling Chad, to me, it looked like Luke Musgrave caught the ball and was turning to go upfield for more yards, which, this was the thing we talked about with Patrick Mahomes pretending to run like he was going to go upfield and then ducking out of bounds and doing stuff like that.
Chris, I've told
what
you
are you
before.
Supposed to do when you were supposed to stop the guy from gaining yards?
You're supposed to stop taking mushrooms before you watch games because he clearly was not about to go upfield. He was falling down on his ass. Clearly, you saw something totally different.
Was turning and then started to fall.
No, he was falling down, and as he was falling down, Kareem Jackson decided to decapitate him.
It's clear.
It's clear.
It's shoulder.
He tried to. That's what got the suspension.
Needless to say, the type of NFL Chad wants is guys' legs getting just destroyed. Because that's what's going to happen, dude. You're going to have these guys now starting to hit people in the knees.
No.
Because how else are you supposed to tackle somebody in a situation like that?
Well, when they're down on the ground like that, as far as I know, with NFL rules, he was on his ass. I watched the replay, okay? Over and over and over again.
You would, because you're fascinated with the Broncos and deep down really want to be a Broncos
because
fan.
I reposted that he needed to get suspended 1 million times. That's what I did.
Anyways,
Listen to me, X.
Anyways.
Yeah. All right, well, that's, I think, it for NFL news.
Yeah, let's get into the old NBA.
Take it roll. Take it roll.
R.I.P. Josh Allen's carving him up so far.
I'm burning. My lungs are burning.
Gabe Davis with the catch for a first down.
So we have actual NBA news to get into.
Yes, we do.
It has kicked off. And, I mean, dude, should we start it off with the Nuggets kicking ass?
I am going to say this, and with us missing Tuesday night, I was bummed, but it was nice to get to just soak in that game by itself, on its own, in all of its glory.
Soak in is an understatement, man. I loved it. It was like a hot bath with bubbles,
bath bomb,
and candles, and everything.
Yeah. Floating candles.
I told you, man. It was like an hour past the game, and Hannah rolls over to me, and she's like barely awake. She's like, "What are you doing?" And I said, "I'm scrolling Twitter. I'm still
watching awesome shit on Twitter.
Yeah, watching highlights, watching LeBron James bitch out of a handshake because he ain't a fucking real leader. He ain't a real honorable superstar."
No, and the best thing is AD. After all he said, he's like, just wait.
We heard you. We heard you.
Just wait.
I don't think they heard us.
I don't think he scored a point in the second half.
0 for 6. That's what he did.
Jokic ate him up.
Oh, man.
Another triple-double for Jokic, who now, if I'm not mistaken, is only one behind Mr. himself.
Yeah, Mr. That's me putting on the turd pie that I play with every single time I go out there because the hype is not real.
Yeah, and I think the two of the best things that came out of this game for me was the beginning of the game while they were raising the banner. The Lakers came out, the crowd starts booing. They cut to LeBron, and the crowd just erupts in boos. and he's wondering what's going on. He looks around, he sees himself up on the Jumbotron, and that's when he decides to, put the crown on again.
Yep.
And then at the end of the game,
with not even quite at the end, like a minute 50 left in the game.
All you hear the crowd chanting something, and
Here
I'm
we
like,
go.
"What is it? What is it?" And
Yep.
it's, "Who's your daddy?"
Yep. And you know what I've heard from different analysts too? It was great.
My phone. Dropped it. I got it.
Because they said, it was Pat McAfee. He was like, he goes, "Bravo, Denver, bravo." You normally don't hear a chant that isn't like a normal chant, not the chop or whatever like that, said in such unity and unison and crispness and loud. But they did it, and they insulted him, and they showed LeBron's face, and it just looked like a kid that was
so
embarrassed
bummed.
at recess,
So
man.
bummed.
Like to go out there and talk your shit and and play 29 minutes. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I sent you that video when that started of Jamal waiting to come into the game.
That was awesome.
And he's like, "What the hell are they saying?" And then he's like, "Oh shit!"
Yeah.
And then he goes over to him like, "This is you. You did this."
Yeah.
And it wasn't him. It was Vic Lombardi from Altitude.
Pretty
but
much, yeah.
Nonetheless, they all played into it a little bit there at the end. But it was such a satisfying way to start the season.
Because, let's get into the actual game a little bit. I mean, I know this is a little bit of a biased buzz review, but guess what? This is what we're getting, and you guys are getting every single week because, we're Nuggets fans. And
The champs is here.
They came out and got a big lead early on, and they pulled away. It was great to see Murray and Jokic pick up right where they left off from the finals and the playoffs.
Yeah.
And Murray was hitting threes. We saw MPJ have a little bit of a shaky start. He hit a couple good shots. It was nice.
He had a couple defensive plays too that were pretty good, but I was a little disappointed in the fact that he just came out just fucking shooting way too hard every time. He was overshooting basically.
I think he was normally what I've heard when it comes to sports psychologists is that's just a sign of being a little too amped up.
Yeah,
So,
and I think, and that's what everybody was worried about. I honestly thought that the Lakers were going to come out and kind of like pull away a little bit, and then the Nuggets would eventually second half come back and beat them.
Yeah,
that did not happen. They just beat them up.
Oh, they totally beat them up. I mean, they were right before the half. They pulled a little close, and I think it ended with 7 minutes, or not 7 minutes, but a 7-point lead before the half, something, and then maybe it was just 9. But anyway, they because they had up to a 17-point lead, and then started the third quarter, it was still a little close, and then they pulled away, and then going into the fourth quarter, LeBron came back in, made a 3, and then got them actually within 3 at one point, and then it's like the Nuggets are like, "We're done toying with you." Foot on the pedal, foot on the gas.
Yeah.
You're dead. It was amazing, dude. Who's your
daddy?
daddy?
It was super awesome.
Who's your daddy?
It did suck, though. Yeah, like you said, they got it pretty close there for a bit, but, I'm just glad that at the end of the day,
Yep. And
they
80,
dominated.
Yeah, to say it one more time, scoreless in the second half.
Yeah, 80. Where were you?
Yeah, I
You
thought you
wasn't
heard.
there.
I thought you heard the talk.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, that was a great. After that, the Suns game was on, and I watched that because I put a little bit of money on it. And then
Devin Booker looked pretty good.
He looked really good because he kept getting doubled. There at the end of the game, it was actually really close. They're playing the Warriors in Golden State, in San Francisco, or whatever you want to call it. Anyway, at the end of the game, it was pretty close. It was within 3, and Golden State was ahead by 5, and they're in the last 4 minutes. The Suns just took over. KD started. He only had I think 18 points, but he had 6 of those in the last part of the fourth quarter. And then Devin Booker, the last 3 drives, got double teamed, had a great kick out, one to Nurkic to really seal the game up. And
Yusuf.
yeah, I mean, it's just damn, the Suns. I mean, and tonight they're playing the Lakers, and they don't have Beal and Durant, so I'm interested to see how that's going to go.
Already giving Durant the old time off.
Holy shit, look at those fucking hit. Let's see if they play a replay. God damn, this guy took his soul.
Careful. Minkis is on later. He's going to get me.
Oh, right there. That's where it kind of came on. That's a good point.
All right.
Yep.
Well, let's keep cruising along here. So, in terms of the other news in the NBA, instead of our biased buzzer beater,
Yep.
Giannis, if you will, signs a 3-year, $186 million extension. It looks like they have satiated him for the time being by signing Dame Dame Dollar, if you will, Dame time, has kept Giannis there now for 3 extra years. It did sound like prior to the Dame signing that there was a possibility this could have been his last year there. Who knows? He wasn't very happy with what they've done around him, especially after winning the title. So, Giannis is going to stick around for a little bit. Another thing we did want to bring up this year on the NBA, in terms of all of NBA rosters, there is now a record 125 international players that are signed to NBA teams. And this is something we brought up last year, especially with us being Jokic homers, is that this this persuasion of basketball from other places in America is starting to become more prevalent.
Yep.
And now we're starting to see it on a grander scale. So it's cool to see.
I'm pretty excited about it because I think with the change to the All-Star game, it's going to maybe lead, hopefully, to an international versus U.S.
It could be. Why don't you talk to us about that All-Star game real quick?
Yep. They changed it to the old format where instead of it being like the old what it has been recently is they do team
They only did
captains.
this, for like 2 or 3 years, right?
Yeah, it was, I think, 3 years they actually did it because it was like captains would always be like LeBron and Giannis or LeBron and KD or something. And, I mean, it was kind of funny one year when they were picking teams and they would wanted to pick somebody last. I can't remember. It was like James Harden or something. Yeah, KD he didn't want to pick him or some shit. That was kind of funny.
Well, yeah, and then we had the whole thing last year with Jokic getting picked last.
Yeah.
Well, kind of. He he kind of made it so he wasn't. But, I mean, that's just such a stupid way to do it anyways.
It totally is, man.
Yeah, and then they they got rid of the whole points to reach in the fourth quarter or whatever it was.
Yeah, because it used to be like 3 quarters or, you just play
a target
separate
score.
quarters.
Yeah.
And then the last quarter is like to a certain,
they'd set a target score
or something.
Yeah.
Now it's just the way it used to be. Dude, remember having like ESPN Classic back when you just had cable or something?
Yeah.
I remember being a young kid, like 12, 13, watching like old games where it was like, Michael Jordan versus Kobe, like those years and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I loved it because, I mean, there was no defense. So I was like, you're going to get a game that was like NBA Jam. It was like 156 to 148. So,
Yeah, those were the good days. And we're going back to that. And like you said, hopefully it does kind of lead into like what we were just talking about with all the international players.
That'd be great.
U.S. versus the world or something like that.
It makes me really excited for the Olympics in Paris, too, because I think, the dream team, as they say, they're all getting together.
Yeah.
It ain't going to have an easy path.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good teams out there.
And Chad's really looking forward to the flag football, as you can tell by his comments about Kareem Jackson. He
That's
can't
totally
wait
different.
until they're pulling flags on Sundays.
I'm not looking forward to flag football. I don't watch flag football.
I
I watch UFC.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's
it's
right.
totally different.
I watch people choke each other out.
Yeah.
So one other big news item in the NBA, the Suns, which we were just talking about not too long ago, were docked a 24 second-round pick due to initiating free agency discussions with Drew Eubanks prior to the allotted time. So they got a little bit of a slap on the wrist and have now lost a pick
Can't
in the
do that.
second round. How dare them?
Well, in other news, too, did we talk about James Harden?
Oh, we did not.
Yeah. So apparently, there's new news today.
Yeah.
But then what I had written down from last night
Oh, shit. Sorry.
is James Harden. You like hitting that button.
It's because there's the arrows down at the bottom, and then on this page there's no arrow. It's the DDOE, and I think I'm going back, and I don't. Anyways, continue. James Harden.
Yeah,
News,
so James
new
Harden.
news.
The Sixers told him to stay home. They're playing the Bucks right now, but the Sixers said, "Don't even come. We don't want you to travel with the team." But news came out today that the NBA is investigating their violation of player participation policy.
Yeah, already getting a slap on the wrist for it, but
Yeah.
for him missing a primetime game. So.
He's kind of, I think he went to practice yesterday finally, but really hasn't taken part of much in the team because people don't know he's trying to force a trade.
Yeah, well, we all know that.
Well, not everybody does.
That's true. Maybe you don't. If you don't, now you do.
Yeah.
Because we like to keep you up on all the news. That is it for the NBA. We're going to cruise on into F1 now.
Nice.
Yes, and as you hear those cars speeding by at a high rate of speed, we got to tell you this. There ain't no stopping Mr. Verstappen.
Nope.
You can't stop him, unfortunately.
He won Austin.
Yeah, he won Austin. It was his 50th Grand Prix win at the Lenovo US Grand Prix. It was also his 15th win of the season. He did so after fighting back from 6th place to take the victory. He has now tied his own record for most wins in a season and is 1 place away from tying Alain Prost for 4th all-time on Grand Prix wins.
It was pretty awesome when he was asked about it, too. He said he just kind of like laughed it off and said, it's nothing that big of a deal. Those are rookie numbers compared to Lewis Hamilton. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, well, he does have a long way to go to catch up to Sir Lewis Hamilton.
Exactly.
Speaking of which, unfortunately Sir Lewis Hamilton, him and Charles Leclerc were both disqualified after the race, and Lewis Hamilton had been nipping at Verstappen's heels. He had cut his lead to 1.8 seconds and ended up finishing 2.2 seconds behind Verstappen. And we've told you guys before in the past, normally Verstappen wins by like teens to 20 seconds.
Yeah.
So the fact that they were that close was a good thing for them. Unfortunately, both teams were disqualified due to technical violations that stemmed from excessive wear to a resin plank that is fixed to the bottom of the cars.
Yeah.
That actually wears away as they're riding around the track. It also helps protect the underbody of the car, and it ensures a maximum ride height, which is supposed to keep them from getting crazy downforce effects when the car bounces. So I guess both teams say that it was due to the limited practice time afforded for the sprint format, I guess. Was the reason for their oversight. Nonetheless, Hamilton loses a 2nd place finish, and Leclerc loses a 6th place.
You got a list there.
6th place finish.
Yeah.
So, bummer for them, but yeah, the U.S. Grand Prix of Lenovo phone company, if you will.
Yep.
Was won by Verstappen. And now I'm going to tell you when the next Grand Prix race is.
It's this weekend in Mexico City.
Look at Chad go. He's got it.
And Verstappen actually has security guards that was Red Bull provided for him.
Unless they're worried about the cartel or what?
Yeah, cartel. And because, I get it. When you've been winning for so long, people start to hate on it. And when he won last week, he received a lot of boos from the Austin crowd.
Are you thinking like a Nancy Kerrigan type situation here? Is someone going to smash something?
I don't know.
Take a knee,
Don't
smash a foot?
I want to put it into reality.
Go all Kathy Bates Misery style, put his leg between a 4x4 and
just need to keep you here. They might do that. You never know.
Great book.
He's got a lot of haters.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's pretty wild.
Yep. Oh, another news too. It's pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
The booming business of F1 is going to be featured on a CNBC documentary because so many people, like we talked about last week with Mahomes and Kelsey and about that big group investing into Alpine.
Yeah. You also had Rob McElhenney and Ryan Reynolds.
Yep.
Yeah.
So everybody's buying into it. The popularity is just growing like wildfire.
It is exploding, and there is going to be a new season soon of Drive to Survive, which you have not watched yet. Please go do. It is really good.
Really good series.
Yeah. Let's get into the NHL. Let's do. This is the NHL, but I think we're going to do basically like a little bit of a penalty box here, just like a extended version, because we don't have time for a full penalty box, because we are having Minkis on later from the Knee Circles podcast, who is also a part of the French Fanatics Fantasy League.
Mm-hmm.
Right now he is in 3rd place, I believe. I'm right behind him in 4th. So
who's in 1st?
I don't know.
Let's just check it.
Nah,
I
don't think we need to.
Okay. I got it memorized.
No, Chad's in 1st. So
Rod's
he's in 1st. And Samir is in 2nd place in the French Fanatics Fantasy League. But nonetheless, 3 of the podcast boys are in the top 4 at least.
Doing pretty well.
Yeah, we're doing pretty good. But let's get into the NHL right now. So the unbeaten Avs, who right now, I don't know what they're at.
Oh, let me go back to that score. I had that pulled up earlier.
Let me get to it. 3-0. It's going to
man.
end. But what we're about to talk about is they set a record for the 15 straight road wins dating back to last year's regular season. So the Avs have been really good on the road and had continued this into this season, but it does look like without some major turn of events. Tristan Wirfs is hurt. They're going into the blue tent. Without some sort of amazing turn of events, it does look like into the second. They've got one period left to turn it around, so we'll see if they can. But they are 6-0. And Chad, you wanted to bring up something else about 6-0.
Yeah, there's some
7-0 teams.
Good
even.
teams. Yeah. So we also have the Bruins.
Yes, sir.
The Knights and the Avs all started 6-0, and that's the first time in NHL history.
Yeah. Bruins sitting at 6-0, Avs at 6-0, but the Golden Knights sitting at 7-0.
Yep.
That's one hell of a start to the season. Real quick though, the Boston Bruins in the Atlantic Conference, the Atlantic Division, Eastern Conference. They're in front, like we said. The Detroit Red Wings are right behind them. They've got 5 wins, 1 loss, and 1 overtime loss. And then sitting in third is the Toronto Maple Leafs with 4 wins, 2 losses, no overtime losses there. Moving into the Metropolitan, the Rangers sitting at 4 wins, 2 losses. The Philadelphia Flyers are right behind them in second, sitting at 3 wins and 2 losses, 1 overtime loss. The New Jersey Devils are right behind them in third. 6 games played. 3 wins, 2 losses, 1 overtime loss as well. They're basically tied all in second and third, more or less. Moving into the Central, we got the Avalanche, like we stated, 6-0. The Dallas Stars, 4-0 and 1 overtime loss. And the Minnesota Wild, they're 3 wins, 2 losses, 1 overtime loss. As we mentioned, the Knights sitting at 7-0 in the Pacific Division. The Canucks are behind them, 4 wins, 2 losses, and in third, the Kings, 3 wins, 2 losses, 1 overtime loss. So there is some teams right now that are looking like they're going to be tough to beat going through the rest of the season. The Boston Bruins we talked about all last year. One of the best regular season teams ever in the NHL. They just, kind of shot their wad, much like the Atlanta Braves did in the MLB this year.
Yep, sometimes when you have those historic seasons.
Yeah, it definitely happens. So we'll see, man. The Avs are looking really good, and it doesn't seem like they've really hit their stride yet in terms of what I've watched a lot of to this point. There's still some guys, and they're going to be without Gabe Landeskog for the whole year, it sounds like. But the team they have now with Val Nichushkin back, who we're just going to not talk about any of the crazy stuff that happened with Val last year. Apparently, it's just bygones are bygones. Russian hookers or spies in your rooms, whatever it is.
Can't get in trouble with the Russian mob.
We'll just forget about that. He's back, and he is dominating. And right now, Mikko Rantanen, just for the homer take on things, may be the dark horse MVP candidate of the year, because he is just scoring at an incredible pace. But that is going to do it for our mini penalty box of this episode. And next week, I am planning on doing more of a deep dive into the penalty box, doing more like what we did last year. Also this week, since it sounds like it's going to snow here both days, I was planning on continuing my quest to finish the Buick, but it does sound like that will not be happening. So Saturday, I'm going to be doing a few things on the show, I think.
Sweet.
And getting penalty box stuff and shit, so we have cut scenes for that. So
cool. Hell yeah,
that's
man.
my plan for
Thank
that.
you. Well, I'm kind of jealous. I gotta go shopping.
That sucks.
Yeah, we got Samir's wedding coming up, so I gotta go find me some nice coastal clothes.
Yeah,
maybe Tommy Bahama.
Dude, you better get a Tommy Bahama shirt.
I'm trying to, man. I didn't realize how expensive they are.
They are very expensive.
Damn, man.
Yeah, if you want to go to Tommy's Bahamas,
you gotta spend the dollars.
The money.
All right.
Yeah, Tommy Bahamas, you need $1.
Yeah. All right. How about some MLB? That'd be a little bit of headlines.
To the MLB.
A juvenile delinquent in the offseason in his major league debut. gonna light your ass up.
Is it still 3-0?
Vaughn into the windup in his
For the
first
Avs?
offering.
No.
Just a bit
was it
outside.
6-0?
He tried the corner and missed.
No, it's 3-0.
Oh, I'm talking about in Thursday Night Football.
Yeah,
Sorry.
it's
Okay.
3-0 still.
Okay. There's two things that we're paying
because
attention
the
to.
Bucks tried kicking a field goal and they got it blocked.
Son of a bitch. They better get her figured.
Yep.
All right, let's get into the MLB.
So, we've got the World Series set, man.
We do.
It is ready to go. The Rangers beat the fucking Astros in Houston, too. Retired Dusty Baker, basically.
Yep, send him packing.
Max Scherzer for the Rangers got pulled in the fourth, and they were still able to pull off that win. It was pretty crazy, but Nathan Eovaldi will get the start for Game 1.
Yeah, and he was the one that had that big game where he kind of faltered a little bit, but ended up pulling them out of that bases loaded situation and had one hell of a start there. So we'll see if he can pull it off. One thing I want to mention about the Texas Rangers is the fact that, 2 years ago, they lost 102 games. Mm-hmm. And then they spent $500 million basically on players in one off season. Yeah. So it just sounds like, maybe
Once
the
you spend that
Rockies need to take a little bit of a note.
Yeah.
I know that Dick Monfort doesn't have anywhere near $1 billion, but
is that team still owned by George Bush? I don't think so, right?
No, I don't think they ever were owned by George Bush.
I thought he was a part owner.
Oh, he might have been like a minority owner.
I thought he was like a
owner.
I thought he was like a part owner of the Rangers.
I can't remember.
Remember
now.
him going to the Rangers games all the time?
Yeah, I do remember. Hold on, let's take a look into this. But yeah, it is cool to see that we have two teams in the World Series. One that was bad 2 years ago, turned things around, and then you have a mid-market team, which also in the same division as the Rockies. Well, and they were the last team to make it in.
Yeah, they were the 8th seed. So it's just great that like these teams that we're not accustomed to seeing in there. I mean, what was it, like the Astros that would have been their like fucking 5th World Series out of the last 7 years? Like, God, I'm tired of seeing it, man. So I'm really psyched to see the Diamondbacks in there. I mean, they're a team that you really can't name too many people on the Diamondbacks. But
and that rookie they had,
Corbin Carroll. He went 3 for 4 in that game, 2 RBIs.
Tied a record.
Yeah, had a hell of a game. The front runner for Rookie of the Year, I guess.
Yeah. Back to George W. Bush. He was served as managing general partner, whatever the fuck that means.
Oh, wow.
From 1989 until he was elected governor of Texas.
That is nuts. Let me go from running the Rangers to running the state.
Yeah, and
that's
then
Texas.
Eventually,
here we go. Bills are going for it on 4th and goal.
Pause for
it's
the
gonna be a QB sneak.
Oh,
denied. Jamel Dean. What a play!
Just
look at this.
Swatted that ball.
Look at the shock on his face. That's great.
So yeah, we're looking at a World Series right now. Kicks off. When is it? Tomorrow?
Fuck, I'm so bad.
Hold on.
I was wondering. I think it should probably still be a couple days because they give him a pretty good break. But here's something that's pretty interesting. Arizona plus 5,500 to win the National League before the season started.
Man,
what a long shot, dude.
If there's any fan that puts some money on that, you made a good chunk of change.
I think you put $50 on that, you're getting maybe $5,000, maybe maybe $5,000.
You were right. Friday, 6:03 for some reason.
Yeah, baseball's always got specific times. Not 6:02, not 6:05.
Yeah, it's just like the Rockies, like 6:40.
Yeah.
So, anyways, so Friday night it's kicking off. It was awesome. I don't know if you saw that video of all the Phillies fans afterwards.
Like all mad?
No, well, yeah, they were all pissed off. Like, I guess there was some, I don't know if it was a podcast or what, but this guy was like going around like interviewing people on the street. And it he went up to like a 12-year-old kid and he's like, "The Phillies fucking suck." Like this went off.
That's awesome.
They're like, "Dude, what are you, like 12?"
I mean, it's tough, man. I mean, they just had the Eagles in the Super Bowl last year. It fell short.
That's what a lot of it was. Like,
they had the Phillies in the World Series last year, and that fell short. So
and then like a lot of people, that's what they said. Like when he went up to him, they're like, "Go Birds!"
Nice.
At least we got the Birds.
Where there's that funny meme of like Homer Simpson when he goes in the bushes, and it's Phillies fan when he goes in the bushes and comes out as an Eagles fan. Hey, man.
Right away.
Yep.
Yeah, well,
it's like you guys
got
got Nuggets
two teams.
right now. Yeah. And the Avs, too.
Yeah, we got 2 teams that are decent, so
Yeah, that's true.
it's just that they're both at the same time, kind of. It's not as easy as the
Right.
MLB season ending in the middle of the NFL season going on. But yeah, nonetheless.
But yeah, I'm excited for it. I want the Diamondbacks to win. I always root for the National League, so.
Yeah, and we talked about it a little bit earlier when we mentioned the Astros getting beat, but Dusty Baker did retire, and we did want to just kind of throw him a tip of the cap, as Chad said.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to put it, man.
well-
What a career. This guy, you won't see too many legends retire like this anymore.
Yeah.
Go ahead and read off the resume, Chris.
Well, let's just see here. He played in the MLB for 19 seasons, most notably with the Los Angeles Dodgers.
Yep.
During his Dodgers tenures, he was a 2-time All-Star, won 2 Silver Slugger Awards and a Gold Glove Award. He became the first NLCS MVP, which he received during the 1977 National League Championship Series. He also made 3 World Series appearances, winning one in 1981. Chad, tell him about his coaching career, why don't you?
His coaching career,
I
well,
thought you had it up.
No,
so I
I
was
just
like, throw
I
it
got
to
his,
Chad.
I know, dude. I'm looking at his career highlights right now. But yeah, I mean, he coached the San Francisco Giants.
Yeah, from 93 to 2002. That was his longest
long
tenure.
time. Yeah, did pretty well for them. Then went on to coach the Chicago Cubs, 2003 to 2006.
Yes, sir.
I believe he was coaching them when that famous game happened when the
What's his name?
fan got involved. Right?
Shit, Steve something.
I know. I always forget his name.
I'll look that up real quick.
Not Steve Stone. And then he
Steve
coached,
Bartman.
Yeah, Bartman. That's right.
Bartman.
But then
Bartman.
coached Cincinnati Reds from 2008 to 2013, and then the Nationals for just 1 year, and then coached and now coaching the Astros from 2020, then until he just retired. But yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, this guy is a guy that's been in baseball since, I mean, nearly 50 years in the majors. I mean, such a legend, deserves all the tips of the caps.
Yeah, definitely. And he wins the 2022 World Series with the Astros and was the oldest manager to win a championship in the 4 major North American sports at the age of 73. So,
And you got to hand it to him, too, because he took over the Astros right after their controversy, or not controversy, but their,
the sign stealing,
the sign stealing, banging trash
cans.
cans, and all that. So, I mean, he was able to rectify them from the cheating scandal.
Yeah.
And, at least, bring them to a little bit of light from, making their team do
From
it the right way.
The darkness.
That's a good way to put it.
All right, well,
That's it. You want to hear some music?
yeah, this week we still have Fossil Blood, and the name of this song is The Grey Wizard. If you're watching us live on Twitch, we will be back shortly. Thank you, guys. We appreciate you.
Something win. Make it disappear.
of that song was Gray Wizard. If you haven't yet, please go like and follow Fossil Blood on all things social media. They are a ripping band out of Denver, Colorado. And if you want to go check out their music, their EP is available to listen to on their Bandcamp, fossilblood.bandcamp.com. You can purchase their music there or just listen to the EP. You can also probably grab some merch from them. They do have some sweet blacklight posters. I bought one of them, and it has a bitchin' Camaro with a wizard and a whole bunch of cool shit on it.
Damn, that's cool.
I thought about bringing it over here, but I didn't want to have to take down one of your STS9 posters.
There's plenty of room.
So we might be doing that. Maybe we'll do that next month for the new band. I'll put up Fossil Blood. We should maybe do something like that at some point when we have a legit studio. We'll like hang up all of the previous, music guests. But until then, go check out Fossil Blood. It is now time for the shot at the turn.
I've been thirsty. All right.
So let's get it out of the
Traded
way.
shot glasses.
I switched it back after I realized Chad was playing trickery upon me.
Yeah, that's all right.
Cheers to you guys.
Cheers.
Cheers to you, sir.
Oh, after that first one, it goes down so
Buffalo
much easier.
Trace.
Buffalo Soldier.
There's a trace of the buffalo. Ooh.
Damn. All right.
Aye. Oh, speaking of which,
Alright.
this weekend I will be making something for the NFL Deep Dives. We might come up with a cool little theme song for it, and then I will also have like a little cutscene. But for now, let's just get into it.
All right.
Let's get into the Deep Dives. Do you want to go first? You want me to go first? Rochambeau for it?
Have you already hit fucking Adam Sandler?
I haven't. I can.
I guess it's not,
I can hit it right now.
meant for college football only.
No, but let's just hit it.
I know. I need to hear it.
That's fair.
Check. Red 18. Red 18. Needle dick.
See, that just prepares me for talking about football.
That's fair.
Yeah, I'm going to deep dive.
All right,
The
deep
Pats
dive
and
it.
Bills. And the Bills are currently playing right now. We're obviously aware that
We are behind.
A little bit behind this, but we're just going to still recap it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Pats upset the Bills in a shocking manner, 25-29. And Mac Jones actually looked like an NFL QB in this game.
Not only that, he looked very efficient.
Very.
Yeah.
That touchdown
First time
pass
this year.
to Gesicki with 12 seconds left. I didn't think that was going to happen. That was a
Yeah.
hell of a pass, a hell of a route. But, so this is 3 weeks in a row now where the Bills have come out flat. We're just going to put aside – well, after I finish the deep dive, I'll give you an update on what they're doing tonight. It's a little different of an opponent. The Bucks, not
Yeah.
near as good. But, it was 22-10 with 7 minutes left in the fourth, and then the Bills go right down the field and score in 2 minutes to make it 17-10. And then the Patriots fumbled it in a very Patriots manner.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you would think that, there's no way the Bills are going to lose this game after they get the ball back. They're down, 17-22. All they need is one score. Josh Allen leads them down for another scoring drive that took 8 plays to go 29 yards to score. And it put him up 25-22. And you would think, okay, that's it. They're going to get a stop.
Yeah.
There's no way that Patriots are going to do anything here. But with 1:46, that's all it took was 1 minute and 46 seconds. Mac Jones takes that offense 75 yards to score with 12 seconds left, like I just said, to Mike Gesicki, his new tight end. Unbelievable, man. I was shocked by this. It really surprised me.
I think everybody was.
The Bills defense, and it's like I've been saying ever since it happened, they are not the same defense with Matt Milano being out. It's just he's key for him, and Tre'Davious White, obviously.
And I guess I did hear something that the Bills were sniffing around one of the Broncos linebackers to possibly fill that role.
Maybe Browning.
No, not Browning. It would probably be either Josie Jewell or what's his name? God damn it.
Chris doesn't
He
know
came
his
from the
own Broncos
Eagles.
player.
Son of a
don't know.
bitch.
Well,
I'll
that
look
could
it
definitely
up.
help him out. But so along with this game, Mac Jones was pressured on only 20% of his dropbacks, and that's against the horrible Patriots offensive line too. So I mean, Von Miller, I know he was injured. He's got a big knee brace on. He's having a hard time playing through that, but it's just nuts to me. Like the Bills aren't getting any pass rush on any of these teams they're playing.
No, they aren't, and that's been a big issue for them. But yeah, again, it just you can't always count the Patriots out. The defensive stands that they can have against people is still just a Bill Belichick special.
You never know. He's like, all right, I'll look like shit the first 7 weeks, but then
it's just wait. I'm going to show everybody something here at some point.
And
or
it
another.
comes after a news that I don't even think we touched on, that there was an extension done by him. And
oh, really? Because I heard something about there was grumblings that it could be the end of his tenure there if things didn't turn.
No,
out.
I think it was last Friday. It came out that he had signed an extension, and this is an extension they signed, I think, in the offseason, but it never got made public, which is kind of pretty odd that they were able to keep that under wraps.
Yeah, I mean,
think
it
it's a
doesn't
3-year
surprise me.
extension.
It sounds very. It says Bill Belichick's contract extension won't affect his future with the Patriots. What does that even mean?
I don't
know.
know.
Yeah, Bill Belichick signed.
Well, I'm sure it's
a
just
lucrative multi-year extension.
like
Yeah.
Gruden, if they got to eat the money, they could get rid of him and stuff. But I'm sure what's going to happen is they're just going to tell him, "Hey, stop being the GM. You're fucking our team up. You've drafted 2 Pro Bowlers since 2012 and maybe 2011, and those were punt returners."
Yeah.
So,
we'll see how that plays out because it does seem like he has been there's just a little too much control.
Yeah.
You gotta rein him in a little bit there. Yeah,
Loosen the reins a little bit.
definitely.
Well, over the past 3 games, the Bills have averaged just over 6 points in the first 3 quarters of their games. That's atrocious offense.
Yeah, it does seem like everything's coming in the fourth quarter, and they're playing from
it takes them from trying to pull off a heroic effort.
Heroic.
Yeah, I'm going to make up the words tonight.
Heroic
But,
karaoke.
Yeah, other than Stephon Diggs, there's really a lack of weapons on the Bills. And, just to kind of segue into tonight, it's kind of been the case. I mean, James Cook has looked all right. They do have Dalton Kincaid, but they just lost their other tight end. But, I mean, when it comes to
on IR.
wide receivers, you got Gabe Davis, but, I mean, I don't really see a whole lot of production from anybody else other than Stephon Diggs.
And you look in that game, Gabe Davis, 1 reception, 6 yards.
Unbelievable, man. Yeah. Everybody thought after he had that 4 TD game against the Chiefs in the playoffs that he was going to be this huge new thing, and really hasn't done much since then.
Yeah, but thankfully they do have Dalton Kincaid. Like you said, he's probably going to be featured a lot tonight.
He's got 1 catch so far for 3 yards. That's it.
Yeah, Gabriel Davis. Yeah.
Yeah. But right now it is 10-0, and we are 8 minutes left to go in the second quarter, and the Bucs are marching down. Godwin just caught a pass on the Bills' 40-yard line. So keep you guys updated on this. But
we'll let you know how that goes.
Mr. Rhea.
Mr. Rhea. That's how most people mispronounce my name.
That's why
I'll tell
I
you
do
a quick story real quick before I get into my deep dive. I might have told this before. Did I tell you about this is a weird thing about podcasts. Am I
Your
where I
teacher
told
or
the story?
something?
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
Okay. I did tell you.
I thought so.
All right. Cool. Anyway, so I decided to deep dive the Cleveland versus the Indianapolis Colts.
Great game.
Yeah, great game. Who
Controversial
knew
game.
Be the shootout of the week as Cleveland wins 39-38. PJ Walker, 15 for 32 on 178 yards, 1 interception after he comes in for Deshaun Watson, who went down in the first quarter, sprawled out and checked for a concussion. He did clear concussion protocol, but PJ Walker comes in and delivers his second fourth quarter comeback in as many weeks. Like we said, Watson earlier was cleared from the head injury, but news came out, like we said, it's probably his shoulder that he says is probably going to linger for the rest of his life. I mentioned as well Stefanski falling on the sword and basically, trying to soften the blow of his franchise quarterback. I did want to kind of talk about, though, that Brady Quinn, Quincy Avery thing.
Yeah, that was nuts.
Super funny. So I guess Brady Quinn and Deshaun Watson share the same personal quarterback coach, Quincy Avery, and Brady Quinn came out and was pretty disparaging in his comments in regards to Deshaun Watson and the way he's handling things.
Mm-hmm.
And Quincy Avery, who right now is currently Deshaun Watson's quarterback coach, came out and, basically told Brady Quinn that all he does is spread high school gossip behind a microphone. And they went back and forth for a while, but Brady Quinn just dunked on him and Deshaun Watson so hard by just sending out the tweet that's like, why don't we massage this conversation to a happy ending?
That was just great. Yeah.
So
Mic drop. That's
yeah,
what that
mic
is.
drop right there. PJ, who, like I said, did come in, did not throw a touchdown, but thanks to two Kareem Hunt touchdowns, one of which was in the final seconds after a pass interference call, gave the Browns 4 chances at the 1 yard line to get it in. They basically said Kareem barely got it over the goal line. Like, it was a very close touchdown.
It was so close.
Yeah.
And they also missed the fact that one of the Colts players was yanking on his face mask as he was reaching
as he was going
across.
down, yeah.
I mean, they're just...
It's amazing the things they miss.
It's nuts. In that game, they missed a lot. And Jim Irsay had a lot to say about that.
Yeah,
too.
we can talk about that. I didn't read his comments because I just always assume it's just the usual crazy Jim Irsay comments. But
apparently, when owners and coaches or something, I'm sure most times it's just owners, are told after the game, like
they get
by the
grades.
NFL, they're like, listen, these refs missed these certain calls.
Yeah.
They got it wrong. They have to abide by the rules and not go public with those statements and the remarks by the NFL. And apparently he, maybe had a little too much because he's known to do that.
Love to party.
Yes, and came out, looked like he just got microwaved because he
does look
looks
very red.
insane. Just like Mark Davis. Like, why do all these billionaires look like crazy,
I think that's
dude?
the booze. But Mark Davis just has the dumbest haircut ever.
And
I think he
but
grew
he
it
just
back.
looks really weird too, man. I don't know.
He's
But-
a strange guy.
Yeah, anyway, I came out the next day and told everybody how the NFL did admit that they got those calls wrong in the game, and the Colts were pretty much fucked over. So, it's just pretty interesting. It's what we've been talking about all year, how the refs have been horrible.
You could say that too, but let's get into the Colts a little bit here because, unfortunately for the Colts, they are losers of 2 straight now. And Gardner Minshew, who has come in to replace Anthony Richardson as he is now done for the year as he goes to get shoulder surgery. Gardner Minshew's initial stat line looks incredible. If you just read the good stuff,
Especially
what
against
did he
an
get
awesome
here?
defense, man.
15 for 23, 305 yards, 2 touchdowns, 3 carries, 29 yards, and 2 touchdowns running. But the thing is, though, he had 4 more turnovers this game.
Yep.
And that makes his total 7 since he took over for Anthony Richardson.
He also had a fumble that fell in the end zone, and the Browns fell on top of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
The Browns had a really good defensive game in this one.
even
but-
giving up, 38 points or 35 or something? Yeah.
Yeah, so regardless of that, though, his 2 touchdown runs and touchdowns of 59 yards to Josh Downs and 75 yards to Michael Pittman had the Colts with a 38-33 lead with 5 minutes and 38 seconds left in the game. But the mistakes struck again as an illegal contact call wiped away the game-sealing fumble recovery by the defense. And then that PI I mentioned earlier in the red zone was the final nail in the coffin as the Browns punch it in and win 39-38. But who would have thought this game with backup quarterbacks? Well, it wasn't supposed to be backup quarterbacks, but who would have thought this?
Nobody would have thunk it, man. I mean, especially with
80-point game.
Yeah, especially with the Browns, with statistically one of the best defenses in NFL history when it came to
Indianapolis
giving
too.
up yards. Yeah, I mean they gave up a lot of points. They were having a hard time with it. But okay, dude, did we even talk about Myles Garrett?
Dude is a freak of nature.
Holy shit, dude! I didn't realize they were talking about on PTI. He has a 41-inch vertical.
Well, that's what we were in the offseason. Last year they were getting mad at him for playing basketball,
And he was
like
just
dunking.
He was looking like Zion Williamson out there.
He's like above the
huge.
rim, like
And so he had
270, 280.
2 strip sack fumbles, and then a field goal block and a pass defense and 9 tackles in the game, man.
Yeah,
Are you fucking kidding me?
He might be defensive player of the year if he keeps
I
it
think
up.
that game right there, it
might
pulled
seal it.
him away. It was a little
Yeah.
bit close between him and TJ Watt, but after that game, and TJ Watt also had a great game too.
Yeah.
But it's just a two-man race, and I think Myles Garrett gained a little bit of a lead.
Got
there.
a big separation there.
The way, if nobody's seen it, watch just Myles Garrett jump over the line. And this is the rule. Not a lot of people see this, because if you touch any of the linemen when you jump over them, it's a foul.
So you got to clear them.
You got to jump clean over him and time the snap perfectly and then block the kick. Myles Garrett, yes, is a freak of nature.
Yeah. There's a lot of people talking about, like, he might be, like, the perfect, like, football player.
I
like,
think
in
so.
terms of, like,
Yeah.
body
6'4",
size, speed.
Undefeated. I'm really
Yeah.
excited to see what he's going to do this weekend, because he always does something really cool for Halloween. He always has, like, a front lawn where he's got headstones of the
all the-
quarterbacks that he sacked. He's a cool guy.
Yeah, he is definitely a cool dude.
Yeah. So,
Well,
I mean, dude, that was a great game.
It was a great game.
I'm glad you
dove
deep on
deep
that.
into it.
Yeah.
So deep.
You're wet now.
So
I know.
deep.
You're
Put their ass to
We're getting
sleep.
too gross now. Oh yeah. Josh Allen just threw a pick, so Bucks are marching. It's 3-10 right now.
Well,
Chris, I want to hear
time.
Minkis.
let's get Minkis on the phone.
He's waiting on
I'm
us.
going to call him. You're going to hear some phone ringing here. We have a missed call. Somebody called us at 10:11 a.m. today.
That's wild.
It was wild.
Yellow.
Hello, Minkis.
Yellow,
What's up,
Mr.
boys?
Minkis, taker of souls.
Yep.
How are you, sir?
It is I.
It
I'm
is you.
good. How are you guys doing?
Good, man. How you doing?
Oh, just living the dream, doing errands, watching football.
You're doing errands?
Or I did errands.
Oh, I was going to
Cool.
say,
No,
how are
just-
you doing that
No.
and watching football? That is some incredible multitasking.
I'm a next level kind of cat. That's what
That's
happens.
right.
That's what we like about you, man.
Well, you are our official Eagles correspondent now, man.
Yeah, we
Oh,
need one.
Nice.
So
Yeah,
that's
I'm
you.
happy to do so. Honored to be called upon.
Yeah, and you, I did listen to the podcast today. So how was the trip in total for our listeners' sake?
Oh my God. I had no voice for like 3 days when I came back, but the trip was so tight.
It
Is
sounds
that,
like you just inhaled something. It's probably partaking in some sort of party favor.
Maybe a bong hit or
It's
something.
my medicine for my brain.
Yeah. Nice.
That's all that is.
Yeah.
Don't worry about that. These
Mhm.
old things. No, but the trip was super cool. The whole airport dalliance made me think we might be off to a poor start, but yeah, it was good, man. It was nice to pop in. No one really knew I was coming, so I didn't really have to make the rounds and see 1,000 people, which was nice.
No, that is cool. Yeah, sometimes it's nice to get in and get out in those situations.
Dude, it's wild how many people will just be like, come over here. I'm like, I'm not coming over there. I'm
Yeah,
going to go
like,
here.
you know how
can
you
meet me
don't have
there.
a car or really any transportation? Why don't you fucking
Yeah.
find a way to like get taxied around the whole town
Yeah.
and come see everybody? It's like, no,
It's like, I
planned
got to
one
drive
thing.
another 20 minutes. I took a 3-hour flight to get here.
Exactly.
That's 3
Yeah.
hours in the air, going 600 miles an hour.
You only have so much time, dude. You can't see everybody.
No.
That's
Also,
true.
you can't drive 10 minutes. I mean, you can't be putting that shit on me then.
Right.
That's
Exactly.
true. That's
I
on
hear
you guys.
But man, you guys got a huge win. That was awesome. Against a
Yeah,
good
we
team.
it was a pretty fun lead up, thinking that we were just going to get absolutely smoked. And, I feel like they didn't really touch on strength of schedule and who the Dolphins is beating. And look, if you hang 70 on a professional football team,
Hey
you're
now.
doing something. I mean, it is what it is.
Nice.
Those stats are skewed. I mean, Broncos got to be fire sailing everybody. I would start
Yeah.
clean, new ownership, new everything.
Where the hell are you
Same
at?
thing
Are
in
you
Washington.
I
trained?
hear a train in the background.
Oh my god.
I told you I'm on the come up.
Are you a hobo?
Yeah, you do.
I don't have to answer
Your
that
knapsack?
on here.
Jumping a train right now. Man.
I was told this is going to be about football, not what I'm producing for the taxpayer. Don't worry about that.
That's hilarious. Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
but it
man,
was,
but I was impressed by it. I got a couple questions here for you, just on like the Jalen Hurts injury. I didn't quite catch the knee injury. Do you know what happened?
No, and he's not one to usually give anything up at press conferences, so you're not really going to get much from him. But he claims didn't happen during the game. So, I mean, maybe you tweak it in practice or in the weight room or what have you. But
Interesting.
you got to be concerned anytime a guy goes in at the half and then comes out with a brace.
Yeah,
when
that
there
makes
was
you
no brace.
wonder, how did it not happen during the game? But I guess maybe it could have been re-aggravated. I don't know.
Could have been swelling.
Well, I think it also kind of lends itself to everyone said he was kind of running a little more cautiously or a little more abrupt, not as natural as he usually does this season. So maybe it's something he's just carried on through the season. He's just going to play through.
It could be. There's a lot of times where he tries those designed runs, and last year he would just take off and try to beat guys. But this year, if it even looks like he's going to get caught, he just cancels it and slides.
That's smart, though.
I mean, it's smart, but I mean, he's my fantasy
sure.
QB. I need him to run.
I need them yards.
Yeah, he needs to be alive for sure. Like, and that's kind of what I thought it was originally, at least early on in the season. I thought he was just kind of, he just got paid. They want to protect his investment, and he's missed games in December, and you can't miss games in December. So I thought it was maybe a preservation sort of tactic, but if there's an injury there, I agree, because Mariota looks like if Mariota has to play more than 2 games, we are big fuck.
I remember the preseason with you guys. It was like, no.
Oh my god, dude!
We can't
Jalen Hurts all the way.
Yeah.
It was like 2013. I would have been steamed up. Chip Kelly, Marcus Mariota would have had a big fat boner tucked in my waistband. But now at this point, dude, he's out there. It's like a deer on the interstate. He looks afraid. I'd rather see the rookie.
You guys need to get Nick Foles back. That's what you need to do.
Yeah.
There was some talk about that with some local cats, but how you can't bring in the one guy that's got a fucking statue.
I was gonna say that might be the best reason to bring him in. The guy's got a fucking statue.
He's gonna just
he's
a living statue.
Bring in the great one.
Yeah, it's Big Dick Nick, dude. It's
Exactly.
the best nickname
It's
in
either
sports,
him or Rocky. You know what I mean?
Fictional.
Except Dick is an actual person.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
I've seen him in more than fighting Mr. T and Hulk Hogan.
Yeah,
But-
for sure.
That's true.
Yeah, it was a big win, but it's still, I think the Dolphins, you're looking at a playoff team. They're not. I mean, they were without their starting left tackle, who I think is Armstead, and Connor Williams at center, and against that D line, I think it did expose, and Buffalo probably had a hand in this, but showing that it's mostly a timing offense, and he's just kind of throwing his spots, and if he's got a double clutch or hold that ball or buy some time, that's old Tua.
Yeah, and he doesn't run. That's the key. Is like he can, but he doesn't want to. And so I think that definitely exposed. If you can get some pressure on him, you can make a big difference in beating that team.
I mean, the guy had to take fucking jiu-jitsu to learn how to get tackled.
Yeah, to learn how to fall.
Yeah. He couldn't fall without
He's just going to have mashed potato brain. He's got to just be a head full of goo.
Could you imagine him showing up to the locker room someday before a game and he's got a black belt on and they're like, dude, you got your black belt? And he's like, yeah, and falling down.
All I know is if I'm in that locker room and he shows up with a black belt on, I feel like I'm about to get Chris Benoit, so I'm going to just fucking pull a hammy on the way to the trainer's room.
Chris Benoit. Was
it was at work.
today?
Yeah, yesterday we were talking about it at work. Yeah, it's
About
crazy.
him killing his
He was
family.
in the ether, dude. That's how I felt it.
Yeah, you knew. Yeah.
His legend lives on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I don't know if that's a
I
legend you want to
think-
live on.
Well, it's just more of a bad reference. That's a great
Yeah,
reference.
but yeah, it's really great, honestly.
Let me ask you about Julio
Yeah.
Jones, though, man. He had a catch in that game. How do you feel about him being on your team?
I mean, the 3-spot at wide receiver has not been productive, at least in the past 2 seasons. So, I mean, shit, man, if he gives you 20 to 30 catches and 300 yards, 3 scores, something like that, it's an immediate upgrade.
Oh, big time.
But
That's huge,
Watkins,
man.
He hasn't done anything in 2 years now. I like Zacchaeus, but I like him more as a 4th wide receiver because he's, a little size challenged and stuff like that. But, yeah, you got a Hall of Famer, and he doesn't have to play a ton, and he's not going to give a shit about target share or anything like that, and he just wants his ring.
Yep.
Yeah, let's absolutely do it.
I totally agree. I thought it was a great pickup.
Yeah, especially with Devontae not having a huge year this year so far, I mean.
Well, I'm not really so worried about Devontae because I think the season AJ's having is because there's Devontae and because there's Dallas Goedert. And
Yeah.
you have to, it's just a hard team to defend. There's just literally there's good players everywhere on offense.
Well, I think that catch last week was a great indicator of why A.J. Brown is the reason he's so good. I mean, he's got some other wide receivers in a team that just provides a lot of, open space for him. But when he made that catch and just ran through two guys, that's why A.J. Brown's that good. He is huge, man.
I've been watching the Eagles football for a long time, and outside of T.O., I for the life of me, I can't think of anybody that's been this dominant.
No.
I'm not used to seeing a slant in a broken tackle. Like, what the fuck is that? A broken tackle from a receiver?
Normally it's just a tackle, instantly hit and you're down.
Yeah. I mean, I think when A.J. Brown catches the ball, from what I'm watching, it looks like they're scared to tackle him. And I don't blame him.
I would be too. It looks like he eats rocks and stem cells for breakfast. He is a load to take down. And I think at this point, and given I feel bad for the Commanders because they're about to get it in the tush on Sunday.
Yeah.
To look at their injury report, and it's real bad. But, if he goes another 125 yards, that's an all-time NFL record. And I think with that,
beating Calvin
you got to
Johnson.
talk about it.
Megatron.
You got to talk. If you're doing Calvin Johnson stuff, you got to be talked about as the number one wide receiver in the league, I think.
Yeah, I mean, just look at his stat line in this game, man. 10 receptions, 137 yards, 1 touchdown, as long as 42. I mean, those are just dominant stats.
Well, and he's just under Tyreek Hill for receiving yards, I believe, too.
Well, and I think that shows something, too. He's got the other so-called best wide receiver in football right across from him, outplays him. And I think bigger than that touchdown grab was that the more impressive catch was that one in between the safety and the corner to seal the game.
Yeah, for sure.
But that's what it is. You have a good wide receiver, and then you have an actual game breaker, which I guess it's tough to get. Tennessee's got to be kicking themselves. That's why they're fire selling people, I would imagine.
Yeah, and it sounds like it could be half the offense is going to be gone here by the trade deadline.
It sounds like
which we'll know here in literally less than a week, as Halloween is
right?
the trade deadline. Yeah, so next Tuesday. The one thing we do got to talk about, though, your boy Travis. He's in last place, unfortunately. And the
That's
sad
not
thing
surprising at all.
The sad thing is, dude, he has more points than a few people.
Yeah, it's crazy.
He's just catching people on bad weeks, apparently.
Shitty weeks,
He's the points against guy. It's always the points against guy.
Yeah, you feel bad for him, but it does sound like he may be taking the last place punishment.
Ooh,
which may be better for us because it's
anything in the cooker.
Well,
are we doing spicy?
thinking,
we're doing
the
spicy gummy bear, maybe, or spicy chip. Maybe we'll give that his option and what he wants.
Yeah, because we just felt like those are going to be funnier, especially if one of us is the ones that lose. We at least get the content out of it, for both of us.
I was going to say, for the 4 of us, the content is fantastic.
Yeah, exactly. Sure. So in the long run, really there is no losers if one of us gets, the punishment. But it does seem like Travis may be the one getting the punishment, unfortunately.
Travis, dude, I know you're listening, and if you are, just be a good soldier, dude, and tank for content.
Yeah, exactly.
Stop being so selfish.
Do it for the pod, bro.
Stop being so selfish.
Yeah. Not everything's about you. The pod's the main thing.
Don't you have enough?
Well, that's what made it so funny is he was talking shit in the text group like, oh, fuck this, man. I hate fantasy football. And then I take a look at his team, and he's got 2 or 3 Broncos on his squad, his starting squad. I'm like, you're doing it to yourself, man.
Yeah.
The homer runs deep, man. It runs
It
real
does.
deep.
It's like, dude, I love my Chiefs, but I would start maybe
the sad
one
thing
this
is
year.
you could probably get away starting 3 Chiefs and being
Promise so.
Yeah,
but definitely not
I think
Broncos this year.
It ain't 2014, man. It's not Peyton at the controls anymore.
Travis does have.
There's not 55 touchdowns on that team coming.
He has Javonte, Cortland, and Jerry Jeudy.
Oh my God.
They're on the bench though this week,
and 2 of them are on the trade block.
Yeah, well, that might be a good thing for him. I don't know. We'll see.
I'd sell the entire farm too. Yeah, it's Broncos. Yeah, get rid of everybody. I don't think you'll get a ham.
Leave the Broncos alone.
Yeah, they're already dead.
We'll be good again one day. Just wait.
One day.
No, they're coming.
Caleb
you
Williams.
gotta take some time.
No, we're winning too many games against Caleb Williams now.
Why would you want Caleb
what
Williams?
Do you guys,
He's been sucking.
What do you guys think about him legitimately asking for ownership stake?
Oh, it's
for the team that
ridiculous.
drafted.
Well,
They didn't even give that to Aaron
Hilarious
Rodgers.
statement.
yeah, when that came out, and I was like, I mean, Aaron did it, but that's Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
You've got like 10.
But they didn't even give it to him.
No, they said you can't because of the CBA. But
Yep.
yeah, that just was a little bit ridiculous. But we were talking about this too, man. I mean, you look at what this NIL stuff's going to do. It's going to go right back to the days of Sam Bradford, where you're going to have these rookies coming in making $20 million right out of the gate in order to even make them want to come out of college.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, which is really bad for the sport because missing on a guy like that, your Jamarcus Russells and what have you, it hamstrings the team for so long.
Yeah.
I mean, there's the argument to that, but I mean, I really enjoy college football a lot more, and now it's keeping these guys in where the competition's a lot better.
That is
I mean,
true.
every single week you get, like when I watched a couple weeks ago, Oregon go up against Washington. I mean, I was entertained like a son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Tell you what.
Yeah, sure.
So
Those
I mean,
kids should be rightfully paid for bringing all that dough in for the school. It's crazy that it took this long.
Yeah, and we all know,
You know?
like the college tuition, aspect of it is kind of a facade, in the fact that more often than not they hardly ever finish those degrees. That
well,
they're
and
going
TAs
at.
do all their homework anyway.
yeah.
Just
Especially
have
in
you
the
guys heard
SEC.
Marshawn Lynch speak? Like, I mean, he went to
There's
town.
no way he finished.
Hey, he
college.
was
No
driving
way.
around a cart on the field, man. That was his
I'm
homework.
not hating on Marshawn. Marshawn
Oh, I
is
know.
maybe the funniest dude on
Oh,
earth.
I agree,
but
man. He's awesome. Beast mode.
But you can't
But
sit
he
here and
wasn't
tell
going
me
to-
he was an
he wasn't
academic
taking
scholar.
English lit.
Yeah, exactly.
He was taking chemistry classes and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's not what they go to school for. What kind of job are you going to get that's going to pay you like 8 figures?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, that's the thing now. I thought I saw like Shador and like a couple guys are making more than a few starting quarterbacks in the league right
no,
now.
easily.
Brock Purdy for sure. I think
Practice
Brock,
squad, third
Yeah.
stringers. Like I think last I saw, Shador's up to $4.5 million right now.
I think it might be 4.8.
yeah, probably so.
So they were just at the Nuggets
At least
game.
if you're
hanging out.
Shador, you can sit and kind of bide your time and see, like, not try to go to a terrible organization like Arizona or something like that.
Well, and that's the thing too. Now you're gonna start seeing these guys be like, "I'm not gonna go there."
Yeah.
Fuck that.
I think that's what we see. I mean, it was weird that like all
Caleb
these
Williams
teams-
said that.
Yeah, Caleb Williams was like, "No, I'll pick these teams," and these teams were sucking, and then all of a sudden, Caleb Williams starts sucking.
Yeah.
So it's
I mean,
like-
the only times that's really happened before was Eli and John Elway,
Yep.
where they're like, "Nah, I ain't going there.
I ain't going there. Yeah.
No.
Nope."
Yeah, it's like, I'm not going to play for the Chargers?
Yeah.
The Chargers?
And then they get Philip Crimea Rivers, and he's their quarterback for like the next 15 years.
Captain Shot Put Arm?
Yeah.
The worst throwing motion on earth.
Yeah, but damn it, he could rip that thing, and then
And
cuss
cuss you out.
without cussing at you.
Yeah, without-
Yeah, good church swearing.
Dag nabbit,
You
son of a gun.
And then his
Eating
11
bulldog.
kids will
Yeah,
take him.
dude, dude just pumps kids out like there's no tomorrow. It's just,
It must have
damn.
been so wild when he was, oh man, if him and Cromartie were on a team together, weren't they?
Yeah, they're like,
definitely.
he's
Yeah.
like, what's it like to have 9 kids by 9 different women?
There's
He's like, what's
an
it like to have
entire
10 by
starting
1?
unit.
Yeah.
22 children.
They could have a
Maybe like
softball
we could have
matchup
a
where they
team.
all play.
We could feel the offense and a defense if we keep going, man. That's their dream. Yeah,
They got
I
bench
don't know about you
players
guys,
and
but I
everything.
got money on Crow's kids.
Oh man,
just a feeling.
yeah.
Oh man.
Oh man,
Cool,
yeah.
man.
But dude, I'm a fan of your Eagles. I know you know that I'm a Chiefs fan, everything like that. But obviously, Jason
Right.
Kelsey's on the Eagles, and for whatever reason, I like to see the Eagles do well. I got a lot of stock in them for my fantasy teams, but I like to see them do well.
Yeah, it's appreciated. It's nice, it's nice kind of being on this side of the country after so long on the East Coast,
Yeah.
And I can kind of get into a little AFC West goodness and hope for competitive games and say what you want about the Chiefs. You're watching some greatness.
Yeah,
I don't care what you say. You can't really deny it.
You
at
can't
this
deny
point.
it, Chris. You
Can't
hear that?
deny
It's
greatness.
coming from the
No.
words of Minkis, taker of souls.
Yeah,
Can't deny it.
yeah,
right?
and it sucks to say, but it is what it is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but you guys the same way, man. I mean, I was just going to ask you about the brotherly shove. I mean, you were at the game, so I hear that, like, from Jason's podcast, when they go out to run that play, it gets louder than when they score a touchdown sometimes.
Yeah, because it's a signature thing, and say what you want about it, but it's it's a laundry list of teams at this point in the season. It's a copycat league. Like everyone.
And they
does
can't
that.
do it
Everyone
as good.
remembers the
They're hurting
Wildcat.
their own players.
I watched
you
Kirk
could do it,
Cousins
you would
fail
do it.
at it the other night. You know, it's hilarious watching
and
these
Purdy's
other
in
teams
concussion
fail.
protocol because you can't
Yep.
do it.
You can't do it. Yeah, you're not Jalen Hurts. You can squat 800 pounds.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm so tired of hearing it. But like now that they're talking about like the injury rate, what are we doing? Is a good screen team going to be penalized because they got like a good tackle that can get out in space or a center that can pull? Or
Don't get Chad
whatever
going.
you
He
do well. If
doesn't
you're too
like
good at doing it,
tackling,
don't do it.
so be careful. You might get him riled
Chris
up.
only
He
likes
hates
dirty
tackling.
hits. He just wants CT as soon as possible. That's apparently
Yeah.
what's going on.
Chad wants Kareem Jackson executed by firing squad, so be careful.
I thought Kareem Jackson. I thought that was 4 games is a bit excessive.
I do
thought
agree.
that
I mean, it doesn't need 4 games. I was
That's why
okay
he got
with
2.
it. Yeah, I was okay with it being reduced down to 2.
He was
But-
very
Yeah.
happy when he saw 4. Though.
I mean, if he goes so far as like speeds past 5 miles, arrest him. It's enough. It's enough. All right,
just execute.
get
him.
him off the street.
He's a man in a different time, dude.
Yeah, dude, he's
It's
playing.
true.
That's what I
He
was
missed
telling
that
Chad.
window.
I was like, dude, he's playing football like it was 5 years ago. Give
That
the guy
is
a
so
break,
true.
man.
He plays like Rodney Harrison, man.
Yeah, you can't just. I would love it if you could just decapitate people in the middle of the field, you know.
Yeah.
But those days are gone.
I mean, we all remember Steve Atwater hitting Christian Okoye, so
yeah.
Chad
Yeah,
would
the
have
Nigerian
had
nightmare,
Steve
dude.
Atwater just murdered on sight at that point.
That's a different time, dude. Different rules, dude. Different rules.
He hit him too
couldn't
hard.
I couldn't root for Brian Dawkins these
Yeah,
days.
dude,
Brian
Brian
Dawkins
Oh, dude.
would never be in any game.
No, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Well, Troy Polamalu too, man. Troy Polamalu used to light people up.
Yeah,
That's great.
They're all coverage guys.
Let's
now
not
that
forget
can
about
kinda hit.
Vontez, though.
Oh yeah, that's different, man.
Dude.
Vontez, he's basically
the reason these stupid suspensions exist.
Yeah. Well, he's also the reason why Antonio Brown is the way he is. But
Yeah, like he's going to hijack like a city bus or something like that.
there was an arrest warrant issued for Antonio, I think, just a couple of weeks ago.
yeah, I never saw what came of that. But
I never
it
did
was for
either.
something in Florida or something.
Right.
Ugh. Yeah,
man.
he's just a walking wounded man. Somebody really needs to get out there and help the dude.
Do something.
Oh,
you
there's
know,
no
we
doubt
need
about
someone
that.
to
Yeah.
have a telethon for him or something.
Yeah. But hey, man, you guys got a big game coming up with the Cowboys here, in a while. And the next time you guys have a really notable game, which probably won't be too much longer, but you guys do whoop up on a lot of opponents. But after the Cowboys game, I really want to have you on because I'm psyched for that one, man.
Yeah, let's do it, man, for sure. There's we're kind of coming into the murderer's row of the schedule, so
That's true.
definitely some excitement for Philly fans.
Well, hell yeah, man. We still need to do the full podcast crossover, so we need to figure that out where we can do something. I don't know if it's like a watch party or something, but yeah, I'll get together and
We'll have to do that.
Yeah, let's we should have a meeting of the minds and get that on the book.
cross Pod-inate, if you will.
That's pretty.
I
I
like
think you
it.
just coined that.
I
That's
did.
fucking
I
I
nice.
like it a whole bunch. Somebody
Ooh,
just got a title.
trademarking it.
Yeah,
Yeah, cross
trademark it.
Pod-inate.
Somebody write it down.
Yeah, there it is. There's our title. All right, Minkis, man, we appreciate you. I'll let you get back to your night. We appreciate you hopping on with us, man.
Yep. Thanks a lot, Minkis.
Anytime, boys. I appreciate you having me on. Have a good night.
You
Yep.
do the same, man. We'll catch you
Cheers.
soon.
All right, cheers. Later.
Later. All right, that was Mr. Minkis.
That was a good breakdown of the game, man. I
Yeah.
can't believe he was at that game. That would have been nuts.
That was pretty cool. So it was nice to have him on.
All right.
Great to, like I said, cross Pod-inate. So we will hopefully do that in the near future. But
Yeah.
we are running a little bit longer than this episode. We knew that was going to happen, though, with having a guest. It always happens. So we're going to let Chad get into the UFC, and I'm going to go take a pee.
Yep.
So
We're
Chad,
going to run through this real quick so we could hit the DDOE and
get
skedazzle
the hell out of here. Talk to him.
All right.
Talk to him about it.
Dude, I need to hear some Mills Lane.
Oh, shit.
I'm waiting on him, man.
Hold on. I'll get there for you.
Nice.
Oh, wait. It's right here.
Damn right. We're going to get it on because we got lots of combat sports to get to, man. Last weekend was UFC 94 in Abu Dhabi. Huge pay-per-view. It was fucking exciting as shit. It was early here in the Midwest, and it had Islam Makhachev KOing Alexander Volkanovski, who came in on 11 days' notice, but you got to hand it to the guy for just even stepping into the octagon. KO'd him with a head kick in the first round. Shocked everybody, shocked the world. But, I mean, when you can't think it was a fluke by any means, because a lot of people that are diehard fans have pointed out that he was really setting it up from the body kicks. And if you even look at the first fight, you could really see that it was something he was kind of vulnerable to. And when you throw those body kicks, obviously when you keep throwing them, the guy's going to try to protect his body. And then all of a sudden you throw that head kick and it landed shin to the top of the head, wobbled Volkanovski, something you never see. And it was amazing. Islam was such a noble guy afterwards. The, kind of speech he made afterwards when it came to some controversial stuff was really good to see. Just all about peace. I was really impressed with that. And right now, even with that win, he's still under John Jones for the number 2 ranked pound-for-pound fighter.
And
Kinda
speaking
crazy.
of which, John Jones.
Yep, I was going to get to that after this. The
we'll keep
recap.
going. We'll keep going.
But yeah, it's really, really unfortunate news about him. But just to do the co-main event, Hamzat beat Usman in a decision. And when I went through this, we really had all of these pegged right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were pretty good on all of them, in fact.
Well, I mean, we both had the same ones picked. But yeah, we really nailed it, dude. But yeah, Hamzat came out and he had a 10-8 round in the first round by just out-wrestling Usman. And it's what we talked about in the preview. Just nuts where you got collegiate wrestling, some of the best collegiate wrestling in Kamaru Usman, against Swedish-style, kind of freestyle wrestling, where he was a Sweden national champion. And Hamzat really proved that was the better style of wrestling because he took Usman down twice in the first round and had so much control time over it. It ended up being a 10-8 round. 2 judges had it 10-8. And then his second round, Usman came through and really showed some of Trevor Whitman's striking and it kind of landed some really good shots on Hamzat, stumbled him even one time. And then in the third round, it was kind of close, went back and forth, and it really seemed like Usman could have maybe connected and like knocked him out on a few shots, but then Hamzat got the takedown, pretty much closed out the fight by points. But I mean, in my opinion, if that had been a 5-round fight, I think Usman takes it.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that it was 3 did kind of hamstring him in terms of, getting any more points and continuing his,
Well, Conor McGregor had a great idea, which I never thought I would say that sentence ever, but he said anytime it should be anytime there's a co-main event that has the number 1 contender in it, it should be a 5-round fight.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, why isn't that a thing?
It is kind of strange how I don't know. I just feel like maybe they make them all 5 rounds or, pick one.
No, I just like the co-main event and the main event, and I think like that should just be it.
I don't know.
The cards would be
I know
so
they'd be
long.
insane.
They'd be 5
you
hours
would have
long.
to cut out fucking mainly the prelims, or like have the prelims on another night.
No, I think 3
But,
rounds
yeah.
is good because it gets these guys to decide, like, you don't have them dragging it out. But yeah, co-main event, I mean, because the thing of it is Usman, I guess the last 11 fights before that, he had been at 5-round fights. He's only been at championship fights. And so I really think he was outstriking Hamzat, which shocks me.
It's almost like he was prepared for the 5-round game, He's like,
Yeah.
there's more left. And
Well,
it's like, oh, shit, the fight's over.
Yeah, and I don't think he expected Hamzat just to go through and dominate so much. I mean, it really shows the hype is real for this kid. And now we're looking at it's either going to be a title fight between Sean Strickland and Dracus Duplessis or Sean Strickland and Hamzat. But Dana said whoever won this fight between Usman and Hamzat gets the title shot because they took it on such short notice. So I think it'd be great to see Hamzat versus Sean Strickland. That would be fantastic.
Yeah, I'd like to see Strickland get beat by somebody.
Dude, I
from
would
not
love
America.
to see
It'd be awesome.
Just that cleft lip, just go through there and knock the shit out of Sean Strickland, man. He's got such a crazy looking lip.
Yeah.
Yep. So,
Call that a hair lip.
yeah, that's what you call it. Why did I call it cleft lip?
It
Yeah.
is true. It's a
I
cleft
guess
lip too. It's cleft palate.
But it looks like he got cut. Right
I think
there.
hair
It
lip's
looks
kind of like the mean thing to say to people
yeah,
because it
it's
looks like
probably
you have
so.
a rabbit lip.
I would definitely want to say it to his face. He's a mean motherfucker, man.
Yeah, he's got a lot of guns too.
Yeah.
But anyways,
But yeah, so bummer news came out yesterday. The next UFC pay-per-view is supposed to be, it is November 11th, and the main event was going to be John Jones versus Stipe Miocic for the heavyweight title. Well, John Jones tore a ligament in his pectoral muscle and is going to be out eight months.
Yeah.
So fucking shitty, man.
Have you ever seen someone tear their pec muscle? Like the bruise afterwards is so gnarly.
It happened somewhere. I can't remember who the fuck did it, but it just looks like
it's
purple
like
and
just
blue.
like the whole this whole area just looks like someone hit you with like a giant
like a
fucking
paintball
sledgehammer
or something.
Yeah.
Nasty. Well, they replaced it with a guy that is a straight killer, Sergey Pavlovich, and he's going to fight Tom Aspinall. It's a great matchup here. I mean, it's unfortunate we're not getting John Jones, but
Aspinall's British, right?
You know, I was trying to remember. I'm pretty sure he is.
I think he is.
I can't remember. But yeah. So, and Pavlovich, dude, I mean, his upper body, he looks like you ever seen the Juggernaut? I think his name from X-Men.
Yeah,
that's what he fucking looks like, dude. He is solid. And I just
almost
think
like Brock Lesnar, but on a smaller scale.
Not as cut, just a little bit smaller. But man, he hits with so much power. I always put my money on Pavlovich. Should be a good one though. Aspinall's got a lot of momentum behind him, but yeah, that'll be coming up November 11th. And to keep going on combat sports, we have a huge boxing match this upcoming weekend. You guys know I normally don't talk about boxing, but this is great. We got a crossover. Francis Ngannou, who was the heavyweight champion, is going to fight Tyson Fury.
Who is the heavyweight champion?
Yep, the Gypsy King, maybe the all-time greatest heavyweight champion in boxing history, going up against Francis Ngannou, who is a knockout artist. It's power versus technical boxing
prowess, basically.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is, too, Ngannou's been getting trained by one of the best knockout artists of all time, Mr. Mike Tyson himself.
Go ahead and hit it. My spine.
Oh, yeah, shit.
It's not even a good time. It doesn't fit. But let's hear.
What do you mean by that? You broke
back is broken.
What, a vertebrae or what portion?
Spinal.
That's right.
Spinal.
Francis is getting trained by Mike Tyson.
Mr. Spinal himself.
Yeah, we'll see if that pays off. I just saw something the other day when Tyson was asked how he prepared for this fight. He said marshmallows, McDonald's, and cheeseburgers or something like that. So he's a guy that's really trying to,
put on the pounds.
Put on the pounds, and also bluff and say that he's not taking this fight serious at all. So
I feel like Tyson Fury's got to have him in the height department.
Oh, he's huge.
Probably
he's like 6'8", dude.
He's
enormous. Over 300 pounds.
That's how he gets those people with them long arms and slapping them.
I mean, he made Deontay Wilder look like he was in a schoolyard fight, and Deontay was scared as fuck, man. So, I mean, we'll see what's going to happen. My prediction is, here's really what I think. Yeah, Fury's going to win, but here's the thing. This isn't – so if Francis wins, it's like a special exhibition fight where Tyson doesn't lose any of his titles. But Tyson's a showman. He's the Gypsy King. I think he's gonna play around with Francis. Francis will land something, and he's gonna do what he did in the Deontay fight, where he'll fall to the ground. Tyson will,
get
look
woke
like
up.
He's dead, come back like the Undertaker, and then just school Francis, and it'll be a TKO in like the 10th round.
Yeah, is it a 12-round fight?
I know. I was trying to figure that the other day. I'm not sure. I bet it's only a 10-round fight since it's an exhibition. But, yeah, that's my prediction is Tyson wins TKO, but he will get knocked down and look like it's a KO for Francis.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see how you're going to expect to beat a dude whose entire life has been boxing. 10 rounds.
Yeah, and he used to do bare-knuckle boxing. It's 10 rounds?
I thought so, but now I want to know. And then we'll get into the DDOE.
Okay. Thanks for finding this out for us, Mr.
Yeah, 10 rounds. So it's, I mean, I guess it's exhibition, but it's still 10 rounds. I figured it'd be less than that, but I doubt it goes that far. Yeah. I'm going to say Fury in 8.
I could see that. Yep.
I might put money on it.
You should.
Maybe $1.
That's all you need, man.
That's all
you need.
Got,
put it on
man.
Francis. Will be the
That's
underdog.
all I got, man.
Yep.
Anyways, though, Chad's pouring his shots. I see now
right
that
here.
I have
We're
going to
get into the
shot
DDOE.
glass. You're going to hear the man, the myth, the legend himself, Mr. John, to the motherfucking daily.
Let's hear it.
Hit it hard, man.
I hit it hard, man. So far, man. No laying up, no holding back. Ain't afraid of nothing, it's a natural fact. I hit it long, man.
right.
The
legend himself, Mr. John Daly.
And I think John Daly would approve of our nominee.
Yeah, the king of Grip It and Rip It himself would approve of Mr. Tyson Bagent.
That's right.
As we figured out is his name, because we had to make sure we pronounced it correctly. One of the reasons why, in first glance, we wanted to feature Tyson was not only his incredible performance for the Bears this weekend, but the fact that he, much like us, doesn't fit your prototypical mold of a starting quarterback in the NFL.
Not at all.
He does have a full sleeve that goes up onto his chest.
Yep.
He has a father who is how many time wrestling?
I think seven-time world
arm wrestling champion.
Yeah, arm wrestling champion.
Yeah, and you're talking about Tyson, who is a 23-year-old undrafted rookie who made his first career NFL start last Sunday, completed 21 of 29 passes for 162 yards and a touchdown in the win, and he came from nowhere technically in terms of his college. Undrafted out of a D3 football, Shepherd University in West Virginia, which I've never heard of.
Me either. And you know, while he was there last year, he won the Heisman Trophy for D3. And
Is it called the Heisman?
No, it's called the Harlan Hill Award.
It's like Hank Hill.
Yeah, that's what or Harlan Williams.
He did lead the program, though, with the most touchdown passes in college
football
he
broke
history.
A lot of
159
QB
at
there.
any level.
Yeah.
159.
Pretty badass.
A lot
yeah.
of touchdowns.
But I mean, he's a guy that stepped in, came in, like the last game he had was against Colorado School of Mines, our own School of Mines.
Did
over
not
here.
have a good game.
Not a good game.
Good.
Then
good
the
program
next
there,
game
though.
he plays is for the Chicago Bears in a starting NFL game, and did pretty damn good and beat up on our own division rival, the Raiders, and kicked the shit out of them. It was great, man.
Yeah, he became the first Bears quarterback to win his first NFL start since Craig Krenzel in 2004. I didn't even know who
Never
that was.
heard of that guy.
He also became the first undrafted player since at least 1950 to make an NFL start at QB after playing Division 3 the previous year. It said 2, but it's Division 3.
I see when I looked it up on Wiki, everything said Division 2.
Didn't it? Did I just say 3 in the first? I might have.
Oh
shit, I did.
Yeah.
Division 2. I'm sorry, I misspoke.
But yeah,
those lines.
Harlan Hill Award is for Division 2.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's like most times you never see starting quarterbacks that are Division 2. It's so rare.
Yeah, I mean, outside of Division 1, because where did Brock Purdy play?
Iowa State. He was Big 12. Yeah.
Okay, all right, never mind.
Yeah.
I was just trying to think of the last guy that was out of Division 1. I can't. So he is one of the few in the last, recent history.
And Chris and I were a fan of him because you don't see starting quarterbacks come in very often that, most times, like, we all went to high school and we saw the starting quarterback. He was the coach's son, clean cut, went to church, good boy, and all this shit. And I mean, Tyson Bagent, I'm sure he from what we learned, his background is very religious, but you don't see starting quarterbacks with full sleeve tattoos very often.
Yeah,
and Chris and I are both tatted up very much. And Chris is
tats
way more than me, so it's just badass that you see someone in there inked up like this, not giving a crap about the old status quo of the NFL.
Yeah, I did read something here just while I was perusing. His dad played college baseball for the Shepherd Rams. So
that's
he
cool.
went to his father's alma mater.
Yeah,
the father alma
mater. I saw an
mater.
interview that he wanted him to play for Shepherd ever since he was like 3 or something like that, because he was really good, I guess, like pee-wee and middle school football and everything like that.
Gotcha.
So
Well,
yeah, hats off to Tyson Bagent. And this Sunday he has a huge matchup, not so much like the Raiders, but he plays the Chargers on Sunday night in not San Diego, but Los Angeles.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Real quick, though, I did want to amend. Chad said his dad won 7 arm wrestling.
How many was it?
28.
What the fuck?
28 world titles in the sport.
Oh my god!
You guys are a living legend of arm wrestling.
When they were talking about it on ESPN today, they said the same amount of rings as Tom Brady, and I said 7, but times that by 4, I guess.
Yeah, I guess.
Jesus. Thank you for correcting me.
Have you seen that new guy that's doing arm wrestling that has like the fucking giant hands and forearms? He looks like Popeye in real life.
That is really weird.
I'm going to have to
be
show you a
Roy now.
picture of him. No, it's not. It's like some weird genetic thing, but it's not
That's
like.
strange.
Anyways, though.
Yeah, good luck to Tyson this Sunday night. Please beat the Chargers. Chris and I can agree on one thing when it comes to football, that we definitely hate the Chargers. So please beat them.
Yeah, Chargers, Raiders, just because they're not our teams. But at this point, it seems like the Chiefs have the AFC West wrapped up. So I'm hoping they let one down in Denver and we get to end that.
That is true. Let's mention it again. Most times we get to go to the game. Unfortunately, Chris fucked up.
Dude, I fucked up all week this week.
He's got a lot of irons in the fire. Plays in a band. Works at Smalley. Devoted partner to. Does it all.
So
I'm not mad.
I fucked up and double booked a show and the KC Broncos game, and then by the time we had to make everything figured out in terms of if we're going or not, the show ends up getting canceled, so we're basically just screwed. Did I tell you that the show got canceled?
The Born Ready show? You guys aren't even doing it?
We can't.
But you already gave the tickets to your brother?
Yeah. It's just too much.
Well, I guess you guys are getting a treat where on live, on air, get pretty fucking pissed off at Chris Ray right now, man. He's dropping the ball quite a bit.
Yeah, I dropped the ball bad. I didn't find out it was canceled, I think, until today.
Yeah.
I think is when it came out.
Well,
but either
I'm
way.
finding out about it right now.
Yeah, so
well, it is
I'm pretty
what it
bummed
is.
about it too, but I was like, there's just too many people involved now and things switching, and I was like,
Yeah,
we
you don't
can't
wanna do
just
that
go
to your
back.
brother. Don't want to be
Don't want to be a
giver.
dick. Yeah.
Don't wanna say
Indian
it.
giver. I can say it.
No,
I don't want to
you
be an
can't
Indian
say
giver.
it.
I don't want to be an
Nice.
Indian giver.
You got the card.
Yeah, I don't want to be an Indian giver. So it is what it is. Honestly, it's gonna be shitty on Sunday.
Yeah, we're gonna be
I'm
at
sure
Don's.
Chad will have fun at Don's.
Yep.
I'll watch from home and hope they end the streak. Maybe I'm the bad luck charm. I don't know.
Yep. So if the Chiefs win, it'll make 17 straight. I'm not gonna knock
Probably
on wood.
gonna
It's no
happen.
big deal, but
Probably about
you know,
85, 90%.
I don't
chance it
trust
happens.
anything when we play the Broncos. You never know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, you don't. But anyways, guys,
All right,
we are
guys.
at that point of the show.
Episode 57
It's
in the
time
books.
We take a shot.
Hey,
Here's
hats
to
off to Tyson Bagent.
Tyson Bagent. Yeah.
Thanks for listening, guys. Love
Each
you.
and every one of you, if you're watching or listening right now, please like, subscribe, and rate
Hit
us
that
5
share button
stars.
too.
We love you guys. Cheers.
Love
Cheers
you,
to you,
buddy.
sir.
Well done.
We'll see you guys next week.
Oh, whiskey.
Wide shot. Ready? Oh, shit. I got actually. Oh
Dude, you're breaking shit over here.
I got to turn. I want to get one of these. Okay.
Nice. I dig it.
Okay. Stop.
Well done, Mr. Ray.